ready to implement. Daria says me, Mona says me with a starry-eyed face, love it. Kevin, Stan, Alexi, Mohammed, Tom, Preston. Okay, Cheryl, you guys are blowing up the chat. This is what we like, okay? Fantastic. So in today's session, I'm going to break down how to train ChatGPT to become your content clone so that you can create a week's worth of brand aligned content in 53 minutes or less without losing your voice. That's key. And just to show you that this is working right now, these are my LinkedIn stats. More than 24 million organic impressions in the last few months. And you can see that's up from next to nothing. And can you guys tell when I started my AI clone? Which month do you think I started using my AI clone in? Yes, exactly, guys. Right here, you can see it went from barely any new audience growth to 20,000 in less than a month. What would 20,000 new followers do for your business if you got that in less than a month? Would it help? Do you think it could help you get some more leads? If you think so, drop me a thumbs up, okay? So this also generated 12,784 new email subscribers in the last 90 days organically, and that's coming just from LinkedIn. And look, the quality is high. If you see here, founder, CEO, owner, co-founder, sales manager, I mean, that's perfect for who my business serves. And then let's look at Facebook. Who's been told that Facebook is dead? Type dead if you've been told that Facebook is dead, it doesn't work anymore, it's not the best platform. I mean, let's look at this. Can you tell when I started using my AI content clone on Facebook? When do you think it was? I mean, just look at this. It was right here. And you can see 17,900,000 plus views, right, are coming from Facebook. I had literally next to no views before. Then I went up to 500,000 in a month. Now more than 1 million each month. And this is all coming from text and not video content. Like, how relieving would it be for you if you never needed to make video again, but you could still get hundreds of leads a month, right? Just from text content. If you would like that, type text in the chat for me. How much easier is that than like having to get all ready to make all these videos, and it's super frustrating when all the camera stuff goes wrong. And listen, while those views are cool, I don't know about you, I think you guys are here because you're posting on social media because we want to make more profit, right? If you're like me and your content has the goal of adding profit to your business, type profit for me, okay? Because like, check this out. Those views resulted in 52,900 leads over the course of the last couple of years, all from organic posts alone, meaning no ads. In just 1 month, 1,700 leads, 927 appointments, which is 30 sales calls booked per day. So if you just think about how those views then turn into leads and profit, like that's what we're talking about here. I'm not just one of those people to tell you just get more views and, you know, everything sorts itself out. No. Because while those stats are cool and impressive, this is what my calendar used to look like before I had an AI clone. Hours creating content, and I just got a fraction of the leads that I get today. In fact, I'm curious, like, type for me, how many hours are you spending creating content each week? Because if you look at my calendar here, like this is literally my calendar from June 2024. I was spending hours and hours creating content. So Jackie says too many, Viraj says 4, Hubert says too much, okay? So yeah, Tom says 4 to 5, right? So that's a lot, many hours each week. And so the question then becomes, well, how can we get your time freed back? Because I want to compare the before and the after. Before, for me, it was more than 10 hours creating content. And today it's less than an hour a week. Before, it was a handful of leads. Today it's hundreds of leads. And I'm by no means saying that you're going to get results like I did, right? My AI clone is using a series of frameworks that I've created over the last decade of running a social media business, serving clients like Founder, Jeremy Miner, and consulting for brands like Fitbit, Ali Abdal, Grant Cardone's 10X, right? But my results picked up exponentially when I started using my AI clone. So guys, if you're getting excited, because I'm going to break down step by step how to create your own AI clone in this video, in this training, if you're excited, type clone for me. Okay? If you're excited, type clone for me. And team, if you could do me a favor on the waiting room, please let everyone in as they're coming in. Yes, Sarah, I see you. Mohammed, Hubert, clone for me. Yes, Brian, I love it. Okay. Because like, guys, this is not just me that this is working for. One of our clients, Luna, used her AI clone and got more than 1,000 replies from one Instagram story, resulting in multiple clients paying her $5,000, despite Luna coming to us because her audience was dead and not engaging with her. And Rachel hit 100,000 followers, up from 26,000 a year ago, with things really picking up during this time of the year, thanks to her AI clone. And guys, this is working for business owners in multiple niches like reversing diabetes. By the way, Charmaine started with less than 300 followers. Now she's at 200,000 on Instagram alone, more than 700,000 on TikTok, and more than 70,000 on YouTube. It's working for companies in real estate. It's working in gut health. You can see here 4 signups for his offer that was between 5 to 6K. It's working in career development. It's working in plant-based nutrition. It's working in government contracts. I mean, can you get more niche than that? Relationship coaching, workplace well-being. In fact, the biggest names in the industry are using what I'm gonna go through today. Like Nathan Chan, who's the founder of Founder, he said that this system made him 27.5K in additional cash collected from half a day's work on one quiet weekend, proving it out, totaling 50K in new profit in June. And Andrew, who'd only ever run paid ads, he was blown away by how good the content is and how closely it aligns with his voice and core message. And within the first week of using his AI clone plus our viral content frameworks, he booked 2 sales calls from one of his very first posts, despite never getting a single lead from his previous attempt with organic content. And listen, I could keep going on and on. We have pages and pages of proof that this works, like Julia, who had 180K cash collected in 1 month with 95% profit margins, or Winnie, who sold 4 $4,500 offers in the DMs with less than 1,500 followers, or Mario, who put his team into our social media sales system and got his employee to close their first 7.5K deal in 1 week after never closing anything before. But I'm not going to bore you with more of that. Okay, instead, let's get into it. Grab a pen and paper, something to take notes with, because you might resonate with Jeanette. When Jeanette first came to the session, she was frustrated. She had the experience, the results, the expertise, but her content wasn't converting. If your content isn't converting right now, type convert into the chat for me. If you're putting stuff out already, but it isn't getting you the leads that you want, drop convert into the chat, because Jeanette, she was going live every week. She was running launches. She was running webinars. She was running promotions. And she said to me, listen, Lauren, I know my stuff changes lives, but no one's paying attention for long enough to find that out. Everything changed for Jeanette when she got her AI clone and the social media sales system. Check this out. During one of our workshops, just like this, Jeanette booked 5 sales calls and closed 4 out of the 5 at $4,000 each, despite her being super skeptical. So here's the question for you. If you're skeptical right now and you're on this workshop thinking, maybe I'll just like passively listen and I won't just implement, guys, what would happen for you if you implemented, maybe you feel the fear, you do it anyway? We are going to be implementing together on this session. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. So just like Jeanette, you may be skeptical right now. You may be like sitting back, like, listen, Lauren, if you don't show me something extremely impressive, I'm going to hover over that closed Zoom room screen. Okay, that's okay. Jeanette was like that too. But she knows something that the smart 7-figure business owners know. That there's 2 ways to show up. You can show up sitting there passive, like, show me something impressive or I'm going to leave. Or you can show up with active listening. And active listening is where you hear what I'm saying. You think, how can I apply that to my business? How can I implement that here while we're on this session? Because time's going to pass either way, so I might as well make the most of it. You're here live now. Let's implement together. So if you're ready to implement, drop an implement in the chat. I want to see who my action takers are. Give a few of you a shout out while I have a sip of my rather large bottle of water over here. Oh, guys, okay, wow, that was that was most of you. Okay, I like it. I like it. Ishwa, we see Dominic, Jackie, Sophia, Michelle, Carrie, Doug, Mohammed, Stan, Robert. Sarah's like, implement, let's go. Gabriella, Tom, we have Brian. Fantastic. Carol, I like you guys. Okay, cool. So, as Tony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy flows. What does Tony say, guys? Testing you. Where focus goes, energy flows. So you guys made a great decision being here today. And also, Tony Robbins says the more focused you are, the more successful you'll be. So I want you to turn your camera on, grab something to take notes with, put your phone away and focus, because just one or two of the things that you implement with me today could make all the difference for your business. Seriously, I'm telling you. And before we go any further, I want to be clear on where these insights and strategies come from, because you guys may see me now with a business making more than 100K in profit a month. With this masterclass, with like a ton of people here showing up with a bunch of energy, as we can see in the chat, with all of you guys coming from social media using the strategies that I talk about, that I teach my clients. And you can see that this works. And what I'm sharing with you today is literally the system that I'm going to hand to you on a silver platter. Guys, some of you may not obviously know the fact that 10 years ago, I was in the same position that you are. And I was actually scrolling through Instagram when I saw it. My so-called friends had posted this picture mocking me. They'd literally set up an entire scene, hanging out without me, making fun of my little social media account. Back then, I was running a health and fitness business. And have you guys ever felt like you were meant for more, but everybody around you makes you feel small for wanting it? If you've ever felt that, type me in the chat. If you wanted to grow, but you were afraid of being seen, the people around you were kind of condemning you for doing all of that. So that night, I lay in my bed with my phone hovering over the delete account button. And in that moment, I wanted to shrink. I just wanted to fade away. And I was feeling lost and hopeless, right? And one of the things that I used to do a lot was watch Gary Vee videos. Who else loves Gary Vee? If you like Gary, type Gary in the chat for me. And I kept hearing Gary say, your personal brand is your most valuable asset. And as I was watching one of his videos that night, I saw a little link in the description box that Gary Vee was coming to London to run an event. And as you may have guessed from the accent, that's where I'm from. But it was the next week. And my body flooded with excitement, anxiety. And I started thinking to myself, but I already have plans for next week. Who do I think I am to go to a live event? Will I be able to focus when I'm there, or is my mind going to be distracted thinking like, am I even meant to be here? And as I was questioning whether or not I should go, my heart sank because I didn't think that I could afford the ticket. Who here has seen an opportunity but told yourself that you don't have the time or the money or doubted whether you're ready for it? Because in that moment, I remembered a quote from Benjamin Franklin, and it said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And I knew that if I wanted to be successful, I needed to do what successful people did. So that night, as I lay in my bed contemplating deleting my social media accounts after everybody had just found the account that I'd been keeping a secret, I made the commitment to myself and my future, and I bought the ticket. And this was more than 10 years ago. So 10 plus years, 150,000 social media posts shared, tens of millions of views, thousands of clients, and multiple millions in dollars later, I stood on the same stage as Gary Vee in Times Square, New York, and I got to make a speech about making sales from social media and organic content. So today I encourage you to show up, because one day it will be your name who people who have lost hope are traveling to see speak on the stage. So to be clear, what you're learning today, people have paid between $47 and $197 for. And by the way, to be clear, all they got was the technical version. You could literally go to our site right now and pay $47 just for the basic version without any of the extras that I'm going to give you today. And the reason is because on today's training, I have two hopes, okay? My first hope is that you take all the free stuff that I'm about to give you, you implement it into your business, you get massive results, and you enhance your life and send me a testimonial with the results. That's my first hope. So if you're okay with that, type okay in the chat for me. That is my first hope, okay? And then if that's all that happens, I will be very, very happy and I'll feel so good because my top focus, whether you pay me or not, is on having the biggest impact that I possibly can on your business and most importantly on your life. You winning is how I win the most. But my second hope is that if it makes sense for you to invest in the offer that I'm going to make at the end, then my hope is that you snatch it up quick, fast, and in a hurry and get on with it, get into it, and get results from it. Because if you're the right person, what I'm going to offer you at the end today will cost you more not to own than the small investment you'll have to make to own it. Because whether you're below 6 figures per year right now, making 6 figures already, or making 7 or even 8 figures per year, I can assure you that you will walk away from what I share with you today with immense value, whether you invest in what I have to offer you or not. And I have to be honest, one of the main reasons I began looking into how to write content with AI the right way is because it was driving me crazy to see AI produce content everywhere that was clearly written without a thorough system behind it. Because like a lot of people seem to think that using ChatGPT or any other AI tool is opening up ChatGPT, asking it to make you a post about something, and then copying and pasting what it wrote, and then boom, we have content. But in fact, I asked ChatGPT to write me a post about leadership, and I intentionally told it to forget the training that I've given it. Okay, because like every time I tried to get it to write me a bad post, I literally couldn't because of how I trained my AI. But anyway, I was like, forget everything that I've taught you. And it wrote this. And just, what it says there, like ChatGPT itself says that an untrained AI would generate content that is, read what it says, very basic, overly general, without personal touch or much depth. So just a quick pulse check. Who here has already been creating content with AI, but it's not really felt like you? Type me. Or maybe it hasn't generated you leads. Type me. Or maybe you just feel like it just doesn't really sound like you by any means. And it's like you're putting stuff out, but it's just not getting your results. Type me. Okay. See, quite a lot of people. Yeah. So guys, I even saw someone selling a course on how to make money using AI in less than 1 hour on the most profitable topics online. Like that's basically what their whole course was selling. Like, make a course in less than an hour and make a load of money from it. And then use AI to make all the funnels and ads to launch it in half a day. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that's super unethical. Like finding a random topic that you know nothing about and then making a course about it and selling it online. When there's people like you and I who've been in our fields of expertise for long periods of time, who've worked with real people to master our craft and refine our methods. Like, if you feel like that's frustrating, type frustrating into the chat for me. Like these people that know nothing about what they're talking about are just trying to, because they know how to use AI the right way, they're able to just use AI to make a course and then sell that course. When there's people like you that have legit expertise, because you don't know how to use AI the right way, they're getting the clients instead of you. That's frustrating, right? Super frustrating. And that's what I want to help you overcome here today. But then if, you're using AI right now, and it's not generating you content that brings you leads, it takes us back to the initial problem, which is why you use AI to create content in the first place. Because your current content is lacking engagement, so you're hoping that if you use AI, it will create better content for you, right? If that's you right now, type me in the chat. If your current content is lacking engagement, so you hope that AI will help create better content for your business. Okay, and the second thing though, is like if right now your content doesn't drive the revenue you know that it could, you hope AI tools are going to fix that, but then it just doesn't. Of course, if that's resonating for you, type yes in the chat for me. You think that AI is going to solve the problem, but then it doesn't bring you in the revenue. And because creating content, right, the other problem that we have is creating content that converts. Who here would agree that it takes a lot of time? I mean, take it from me, right? I run a social media marketing agency where we create content for clients. And for years, I ran a coaching program teaching people how to write content. And it would take me 9 to 12 months to teach people the psychology behind content, all the triggers, the hooks, the copywriting of the post. I mean, like, what do you want? Take months to learn this thing and finally start getting results in what, a year from now? Or to be able to master AI so the results come in a matter of weeks? Which would you prefer? Type weeks or months for me. Which one is better for you? Because my assumption is that you're here because you want it to take weeks, not months. And so the truth that nobody is telling you, but I will, is that AI isn't failing you because it can't write good content. It can. It's because of how these tools are actually built. So AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude or Gemini, right? They're powered by something called a large language model or LLM. Who's heard LLM before? Type LLM in the chat if you've heard about that. And if you haven't, type no. Okay, just want to get a quick little pulse check of our audience here today. Okay, bit of a mixture. Fantastic. So what it means, okay, is that they've been trained on billions of examples from across the internet. So something like ChatGPT has been trained on like legit infinite numbers of examples from the internet, which means that unless you use one specific feature that I'll share with you today, you're not going to get content that's specific to you, which means that the social media content is not going to sound like you. Because when you chat with an LLM, or even if you tell it to update its memory, right? Who's ever told ChatGPT, remember this, or update your memory? Okay? Guys, when you do that, you're not permanently teaching it or making it your own. You're giving it surface level instructions. It's kind of like shouting directions at someone that has noise canceling headphones on. So right now, without training AI the right way, AI is guessing what to say. And that's why your posts sound bland, generic, and robotic, just like ChatGPT, showed you what I showed you earlier, right? And so if your content isn't converting, it's not your fault. You've just been using AI wrong and you haven't yet had a way to train it and make it sound like you and convert. You can see Bridger Rogers here, as soon as he got his AI clone that we'll talk about here today, and then of course, the viral frameworks and everything that I give to my private clients, you can see here, Lauren and Scale Systems have generated us hundreds of thousands organically. Okay? So here's the secret. In the back end of AI tools like ChatGPT, you can load them with structured, specific data about your business, your message, your offer, your audience, which then turns them into a clone of you. And I'm going to get into a tutorial on how to do that very soon here now. So unless you go into the back end and you feed it structured training data formatted in a very specific way that I'm going to show you how to do today, it's gonna keep generating content that sounds like everyone else because it's a large language model. And that is exactly what kills engagement and trust and conversion. And to be clear, the agenda that we have for this session is I'm going to go through the tutorial. Then I'm going to share with you how to use your new AI clone that you will have created within about 60 minutes from now to generate all of your content for the week in less than an hour each week. And then after that, we're going to do a Q&A, guys. And of course, I will be sharing an offer for some of you guys. That's a total no-brainer. So the Q&A will come. So please keep asking your questions in the chat. Take note of any questions that you've got because we'll go through the Q&A at the end because I think what I'm sharing with you next is going to answer a lot of your questions, okay? Because I'm seeing the chat and I'm seeing these questions come in. Most of the questions I've seen so far, my training will answer them for you guys, okay? Because guys, after my 11 years in the social media space, and having served more than 15,000 businesses and personal brands, helping them with their content and client acquisition, guys, I can tell you that posting nothing is better than posting poorly trained AI content, or posting nothing is also better than rushing your content and then throwing it together without much thought. And the reason why you'd be better off not posting at all is because here's the problem. If we just think about branding generally, people will start to associate your name with nonsense. Do you want that? Give me a yes or a no. Like, do you want people to associate your name with nonsense? Yes or no? No. You guys don't want that, right? So just going into an AI tool and getting it to spit you out some content, right? It's the fastest way to destroy your brand and to not be seen as a credible authority. And I asked this question, I know to you it may be like, oh, why is she even asking me that? Guys, if you go back and look at some of your content and you just ask yourself, would I be proud if 1 million people saw this piece of content? Just be real with yourself and audit your content and ask yourself that. Because if the answer is no, then there's a clear gap in your social media strategy that must be fixed. And it's obviously a good investment of your energy, time, and resources to fix it. Okay. So if you just go into an AI, get it to spit you out content, it's going to diminish your credibility and it's just content that's filling space. I actually made this random post just having banter about AI content and it seems like a lot of people resonated. You can see here 861 people replied to the thread that I made. Some were angry with me because they felt called out. Professional writers were laughing with me because everyone suddenly become like a professional writer using grammar and words that they weren't using a year ago. And the biggest problem is that people who are not experts are speaking as though they are experts, meaning that they're getting clients they shouldn't be getting simply because they're pumping out so much content, whereas instead you should be the one getting those clients. And that's what I want to do with you here today. So you must pay attention or else you're going to blink. And just as fast as AI got here, you'll be seeing these non-experts all over your social media feeds, getting the clients who should be coming to you instead. Okay? So on November 30th, 2022, when ChatGPT launched, my team and I shifted our entire focus to one thing, building a system to make sure that our private clients get ahead and not their fake competitors. And that's what I want to share with you here today. And this is actually how, for example, I'm getting results like 20,000 likes, more than 1,700 comments, and 1,000 plus reposts by content that no one knew was written by my AI clone. No one. In fact, that one post that I'm talking about here got 27 inbound qualified sales calls, which resulted in 10 high ticket clients. Again, my AI clone wrote that. It took me less than 5 minutes to review to make sure that I was happy with it. I popped it on the Google Doc that I used for my content, and then a member of my team followed our posting system from that. That's cool, right? If you think that's cool, type cool. Literally took me less than 5 minutes because my AI clone did all the work with the proven frameworks, of course, that we give to our private clients. And that is the power of a trained AI. A trained AI, like I'll show you today, a trained AI that can speak like you, and think like your prospects. So now you've seen the proof that this works. Are you ready to get into the implementation? Type yes if you are ready to jump into the implementation with me. Skylar says yes. All right, love it. So guys, this is what you signed up for. This was what it said on the opt-in page. Train ChatGPT to become your content clone. Create a week's worth of brand aligned content in 53 minutes or less without losing your voice. We're going to do the first part first, second part second. Cool? Type cool if that's cool. All right, guys. So let's go. Let's do it. So there are 5 things that you must train your AI on for it to write content that sounds like you. Okay? And it's easy for you to remember because those 5 things are UAI. So we're going to go through this step by step. Okay? Like we're going to workshop this. UAI. Type UAI for me. I want to know that you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here. Okay. Type down UAI. Yes. UAI, UAI. So it's an acronym that I came up with to make it easy to remember. So here's what UAI is and what it means before we get into implementing. Okay. So the first step is yourself. Okay. So we want to make sure that your AI is trained on your backstory, your beliefs, your tone, the language that you speak. Okay, because if we don't train the AI on you, then it's going to start writing random stories that just aren't true, right? It's not going to feel like you. And then you're going to build this entire brand that just doesn't resonate. And then what ends up happening is if you build a brand that is not truly you, you start to attract clients that are not like you and that feel like a bit of a pain in the butt to work with. And then you end up feeling like you build an entire business that you hate, which can lead to burnout, which can lead to hating your business. And of course, it means you start vibing with the wrong people and then they don't end up becoming a client. So it's a big old waste of time. Okay. So that's why we need to train the AI on yourself. Next up, we have to train your UAI on your offer. Okay. So imagine if you had an AI clone who is trained on your offer better than your best salesperson. Would that be cool? If that'd be cool, type cool, right? If you had an AI that was trained on your offer better than your best possible salesperson could be, and you're probably your best possible salesperson right now. So we need to make sure that your AI is trained on what you sell, your pricing, your positioning, your customer psychology, right? So that it can do exactly that. Because we want the AI to be able to speak like the best salesperson in the world so that you're not hiding what you do, okay? I see this so often on people's social media. Next up is unqualified words. Pulse check. Who feels like ChatGPT killed the word skyrocket? Or like, what are some other words that you see AI saying all the time? Like skyrocket, supercharge, right? What are type some of those words down? Like it's just so funny because you can see one of those fluff words that no one ever uses, right? Yes, Amanda, you're not broken, exactly. So we want to make sure that your AI has unqualified words that it doesn't say. So you ban these cringy poetic words like skyrocket or like harness the power of, right? It killed stress. And also like M dashes, if you're not someone that always uses M dashes, it's just like blatantly obvious ChatGPT wrote that content if you're suddenly using M dashes out of nowhere, okay? So that's the next thing. We don't want any unqualified words, and we also want to get ChatGPT to intentionally make a few little spelling mistakes every now and then so it looks more human. Cool? All right. The next one is authenticity. Okay? We want to make sure that AI sounds like you, not just like a Pinterest motivational quote. So we need to get some of your actual writing examples in there so that if you are someone that, for example, used M dashes before ChatGPT, cool. But if you're not, we don't use them, right? We want to make it sound authentic like you. If being authentic is important to you, type authentic for me. I wanna see who that's a top priority for. Because for some people it's very important, some people not. Typically, it is pretty important with the bus spread. Good. And then finally, instructions, okay? We want to give AI specific jobs so that it writes posts, emails, and scripts on demand. Because we're not going to use the same AI to write social media posts as we are to create like YouTube scripts, as an example. We want to give it different instructions. And right here today, we're talking about content so that we can create your AI content clone, okay? So next up, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building your AI writer, okay? So my team are going to drop a link in the chat to open the doc, where we can do this step by step, okay? As I said, we're going to be implementing on this workshop. This isn't just me like talking at you forever. This is an implementation workshop because that's the way that I like to do things with my private clients as well, right? We implement, we're here to get results. So you can either scan this or you can click the link that we just shared in the chat. And we're going to be it will open up a Google Doc, and the Google Doc looks like this. Now, before you start reading this whole thing, guys, before you start going through the Google Doc and like reading everything, type into the chat, I will not rush ahead, okay? I will not rush ahead, guys. I'm going to go through this step by step, okay? I will not rush ahead. Good, Tom. Good. I will not rush ahead. Fantastic. You guys are here to get results because if you guys start reading this whole thing, that's why we're on a workshop together. Okay, so that we can do this step by step. So, who's got the Google Doc open? Type doc if you've managed to open the doc. And if you're struggling to find it, then I will just quickly, here we go, here it is again. Or there's a link in the chat. My team will just drop the link a couple more times in the chat just because I know the chat just blew up. You guys are awesome, by the way. Like, I just want to give like a round of applause for this audience because you guys are just pretty badass. Okay, so by the way, you don't need to make a copy of this doc because we aren't going to be like editing anything in this document. I'm going to be showing you how to go through it step by step. So, who's ready? Who's ready? Give me a ready if you're ready. All right, Lavina's ready. Perfect. You guys are ready. Okay, cool. So I'll just give you a breakdown of what this doc is and how to make it work. So this is a guide to clone yourself with AI that will reflect your unique voice and style. And by following this process, you guys are going to basically have a tool that will be able to write content for you that will align with your personal and professional communication style. And it's UAI, okay? The acronym that I came up with. Cool. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prepare. So very simple, guys. Open your Google Drive and I want you to make a folder which is titled, like mine would be Lauren UAI Assets, okay? So just go to the Google Drive and make a new folder. Guys, I can't tell you how many clients that I've seen who come to me with like crazy messy Google Drives. So I want to keep this neat and tidy for you here because having a organized online setup is very, very important as you're scaling your business, okay? So all you guys are going to do is go to drive.google.com, open it up, make a new folder called name, which would be your name, and then UAI assets, okay? Once you're done, type done in the chat for me. Here's an example of, okay, fantastic. You guys have done it. All right, I'll just give like 10 more seconds just to let everybody get that done. If you're confused, type confused and my team can help you out. All right, cool. Perfect. So by now, what you guys have done is you have created a Google Drive folder. Fantastic. Okay. Simple stuff out the way. Okay. So you've got a new Google Drive folder. Let's leave that for a second. Okay. Here's the fun stuff. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do the why element of UAI, okay, where we train it about yourself. So personal details about the author, that's you. Okay, so what we're first of all going to do is we're essentially going to have we're going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to create some information about yourself that we're then going to feed into our AI clone. Now, guys, what we're doing right now is called multi-stage AI prompting. Type it into the chat for me. Multi-stage AI prompting. Now, not many people talk about this because, of course, this is taking it to the next level. But, one of me and my team's major goals is to empower business owners to get better with AI. Why? Well, because, for example, like I used to have 47 employees on my team. Now it's just 4, guys. And the crazy thing is that back then, right? Imagine having 47 people on your team and just think about the amount of expenses that would have each month. Okay? When you have people from like USA, UK, all around Europe, etc., right? It's costing a lot of money every single month. And that puts a lot of pressure on you as a business owner. Now with AI, I mean, AI can literally work around the clock for you, do so much tasks that otherwise would have taken hours and hours, but only when you know how to use it, right? Which is, we talk about this a lot before. But then on top of having all those employees, right, there's all the management of that, there's all the calls, everything that comes along with it. So I'm going to go through some basic multi-stage AI prompting here today for you guys. And I just need to let you know this would not be the time to like go and open some other tabs and do some other activities. Like I need you guys to be present with me because I'm gonna go through this like step by step. And so if you get onto another tab, you may get lost. Cool? So who's here with me? Type here if you're here, and we're gonna get into it. Okay? Fantastic. So this part's actually really simple, but what you guys are gonna do is if you look at my screen where I am, okay? So we've got the Google Doc, and then we're gonna scroll down to this section, which is number 1, yourself, personal details about the author. You can see what we've done is we've created it really simple for you guys. Okay, so in this box, you can just copy what that says. Okay, so can you guys just copy that for me onto your clipboard? Okay, so just copy where I've highlighted there. All right. And once you've copied it, type copied in the chat for me. You guys are just going to copy exactly what I've copied. Tom, I love your speed. Always good. Fantastic. Okay, so you're literally just going to this section with yourself, and in the box, you're going to just copy the first box, only the first box. Only the first box. Okay, there's 2 boxes. You're doing just the first box under this yellow section. Guys, we're going to take 5 minutes, and here's what we're going to do. Open ChatGPT for me, guys, please. You've got it copied. You're going to paste it there and send it. Paste and send. Okay? So guys, we've set this prompt up in a very specific way so that it asks you the questions one by one. Now, here's what's cool. I'm just going to show you guys. Okay, how would you introduce yourself in a way that reflects both who you are today and what you stand for beyond job titles or achievements? Guys, here's what you can do. You can either type the answer if you like to. So, I stand for freedom, fulfillment, and building a business you love, plus leveraging AI for profit. Okay, that's an example. So you can either type the answer, which is very simple. Okay, then it will give you question number 2. What you can do here is you can actually have like, I call it like a phone call with ChatGPT, okay? I love this so much, guys. This is like one of my favorite things to do. If ever I'm stuck on a problem, like you can click this. And so the question is, what do you think about the concept of freedom in your life and business? What does it specifically mean to you in the day-to-day of reality? And why does it matter so deeply? So again, this is just for me. For you guys, it will be different. But as an example, like if I wanted to, I hit this button and it's like use voice mode, and then I can have a conversation with it. So it's gonna the reason why freedom matters to me so deeply is because my younger brother is disabled. So I saw him have his freedom stripped away from him at birth. And so I realized that one of my key motivators is to live a life of freedom and fulfillment and to make the most of my life.
Thank you for sharing that personal insight. Could you elaborate on how witnessing your brother's experience has influenced the choice?
Okay, so then basically what it's gonna do is you're gonna have like a phone call with it, okay? So guys, what I want to do is I want you guys to just I would suggest for now while we're on this while we're on this session, you type the answers, okay? And just give like one sentence per answer because I want you guys to do as much as you can in 5 minutes, okay? So I'm gonna put a 5 minute timer on. So just to reiterate what we're doing, we are going to this section about yourself. You guys are going into this first section here, you're copying that, okay? Then you're going to paste that into ChatGPT, and then you're going to answer the questions one by one. I want you guys to just give really short, simple answers for now. You can always come back to this and elaborate on it later so that we can get the first version done while we're on this session. And then what you can do is you can go back through it later and add more depth and answers to the questions, okay? So we're going to take a 5 minute to get this done. And then I'll put a timer on my screen. Alrighty? You guys clear? If it's clear, just type clear. Want to make sure you guys are following me? Yeah? Perfect. Cool. I'll get a 5 minute timer on my screen. Okay, guys, so 2 more minutes. Just remember to give a simple answers for now, and you can always elaborate more later so that we can get a first version done today, okay? Three, two, one. Okay, let's get back. Let's get those cameras back on. See your beautiful faces. Okay. So, if you didn't get it all done, guys, don't worry. Like, for the sake of time, otherwise we'd be on here for, 5 or 6 hours with all the, pausing and everything. You can always go back to this. You guys have the document, right? Like, my team were kind enough to let me deliver that to you for free. So you can always go back to this. When I first created my AI clone, I spent about 30 minutes on that one question, okay? So you can come back to that and do it in more detail, okay? So if you're back with me, type back so that I know that you're back here. And please don't put so much pressure on yourself that this all needs to get done again. First version, that's the really good outcome for this training here today, okay? So guys, now what you're gonna do, obviously we are on this first section still, okay? I haven't skipped ahead. If you've been with me here and you just took the 5 minutes to implement, fantastic. We're still on this first section. We're gonna scroll down, okay? Scroll down, scroll down. We just completed this. We did the first box, okay? Now what you're gonna do, because again, this is multi-stage AI prompting, okay? Guys, most people will never teach you this, okay? I'm teaching this because I want you to get ahead. I want you to be leveraging AI to become an AI first company so that you can experience the type of freedom that comes with having AI do so much for you and your business. Like, guys, it's just changed my life so much. I want to gift that to you, okay? So next thing we're going to do is we create a report. So like most people would just leave that there. No. What you guys are going to do is this. You're going to get into this second box, okay? And it says, based on all the information you learned above, create a comprehensive and detailed guide on defining and documenting a personal voice and speaking style. So just copy this. Guys, all you do is copy that. You literally just copy that, boom, okay? And then get back into the chat where you were and paste it and send it. Simple, right? We're just legit copying and pasting. So into the same chat where you just had that little conversation with ChatGPT, copy this section where we create the report for section 1, copy and paste it into the chat. When you're done, type done. Okay, Skylar's done, fantastic. Ishwa's done, Cammy's done, amazing, cool. Cool, guys. Okay, so then what we just did, okay, and obviously again, if you want to go back through this in more detail, no worries. The final outcome of this first section, the why of the UAI, is to have a complete guide on you, on yourself, right? Your voice and how you speak, so that it's done in a way that the AI can understand. Okay, that's why we create the report, because it creates it in a way that the AI can understand. Cami says this is liquid gold. Thank you, Cami. Maybe I'll ask for a 5-star review. Just kidding. Okay. It helps the AI emulate your voice. Okay, it's a report that the AI can read. It's not just some random chat. No. Because what we're now gonna do is whatever your AI responded to you after you asked it for the report. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you a tutorial here, right? I'm gonna go into the chat and I'm just gonna make a new chat, to be fair, because my AI has all the details already. I'm just gonna send it, okay? And basically what it sends to me here, okay, I'm gonna copy it. Okay, so whatever it sent me, guys in the chat, just copy the whole thing. Okay? So you guys are gonna copy what it sent you, and you're going to make a Google Doc with what it sent you as an answer when it asked you to create the report. Cool? So it's very, very simple. What you do is you just you create a new Google Doc in your folder. Remember, we created the folder, guys. Remember that? So you guys created your folder in the beginning on the Google Drive, right? Inside of your Google Drive folder, you're going to right click, okay? Whoops. You're going to right click and you're going to create a new Google Doc in your folder. And on that Google Doc, you're literally just going to paste what ChatGPT sent you in response to asking it for the report. Cool? When you're done, type done. Skylar, love the speed. Very cool. All right, Ishmael's done. Daria's done. Fantastic. Okay, now I know you guys are following me. Fantastic, okay? It's very simple. So what we just did is we did a little interview. Again, if you want to go back and do this again, okay, all you're going to do is you're going to copy this prompt and paste it into ChatGPT in a new chat and then answer the questions in more detail. Once you're done with all the questions, okay, you then ask it to create you the report with this prompt. Okay, it's already done for you. Don't edit these prompts, just use these prompts. That's multi-stage AI prompting. And then after that, you'll be left with a report that will be in your ChatGPT chat. You don't just leave it in the chat. Okay, you copy it out of the chat and you put it into a doc and put it in the doc that it's in your Google Drive folder. Okay, we want to have it all in one Google Drive folder just because you want to keep it organized. I want to, give you guys a good hygiene for your Google Drive. Okay, so from there, we got the first doc done. That's what we've done. Okay, so we've done the first step. We've done Y. You yourself of the UAI. If you're pacing with me here. Type pacing. If I'm going too fast, type too fast, okay? Just want to make sure that I'm giving this to you guys in the speed that's suiting. Okay, all right, it seems like I'm pacing. All right, and if I'm going too fast, let me know. Okay, a couple of you guys said too fast. Okay. Most people are pacing though. Just remember, you can always go back through this again. You guys have the steps, right? So don't feel like you need to get it all thoroughly done now. The goal is to get a first version done. Cool? Okay, fantastic. So next we're moving on to the second step of UAI, which is offer. So this is your offer, right? So essentially, guys, we're going to literally just do the same thing. Because my goal is that your AI understands your offer better than like any sales rep could, okay? So real simple, guys. Same thing again. We're going to just copy this prompt into the same chat that you guys already used, okay? So copy that prompt with me. And you guys know what we're going to do now, don't you? What are we going to do? Type it in the chat for me. Paste it into the same chat that you were using before. Boom. Perfect. You guys are picking this up already. Fantastic. So you're going to paste it. If there are some questions, I would spend more time just basically on the first couple of questions. When it comes to, the operations and customer experience, it's not too important. The main thing is that it understands basically your background and credibility. That's really key. And what you do for business. So again, same thing, paste, and then go and have the conversation. And we're going to give you guys 5 minutes. Just make sure that you tell the AI what your main offers are. Cool? So we're going to go into 5 minutes again. We're going to do this again. And guys, let's get it done. All right. I'll see you on the other side of 5 minutes from now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are back. If you're back, type back. Let me know that you are back here with me. Alrighty, alrighty. Back, back, back. Fantastic. Again, remember, you guys can always add more detail to this at a later date. Right now, we're getting the first version of your AI clone done and dusted so that we can start using it. All right, so you guys know the next step. So just for context, we are on the second step, your offer. Second step of UAI. You guys just did a little interview, and then we're going to create the report. So we're creating the report for offer. Okay, this is where I am on the doc, guys. And basically what you're going to do is copy what is in this box. Copy what's in that box. And I want you guys to go back into the same conversation, okay? Paste it right there for me, okay? And once you're done, you're going to take what it responds and make another new doc in your Google Drive folder. Okay? And now you will have you can just use the same kind of title that we have here. And you'll make another Google Doc right there in your Google Drive about your offer. Okay? So by now you should have 2 Google Docs in your Google Drive. If you've got 2 Google Docs in your Google Drive, type 2 in the chat for me so that I know that you've done that step. Okie dokie, fantastic. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Cool. So guys, you just went through the second step, which is where you got ChatGPT to interview you about your offer. Okay? After you finished the interview, you then got it to create your report with this prompt, multi-stage AI prompting, that's what we're doing. And then you copied and pasted the response over onto a Google Doc. That's what we did, okay? Okie dokie. So, all right, fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. Cool. All right, guys. So while we give, I want to know, and this will give anyone that needs to catch up for a couple of minutes a bit of time, but this is important for everybody else as well. I want to know what's the top thing that you've taken away from this session so far? Type into the chat, like the top thing I've taken from this session so far is, and then just say what it is, okay? And while you guys are typing that, I'm going to give a recap for everybody else who feels like they're falling behind or I'm going too fast, okay? So I'm just going to give an overall summary of where we're at so far. Cool? Okay, so the first thing that we did is we came onto this Google Doc, which is a step-by-step to clone yourself, okay? This is what we've actually created after helping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people create their own AI clone, all of which paid us between $47 and $197 to do it, or we did it with our private clients, okay? And so just for context, they only got like the technical know-how of this. I'm giving you guys more with these multi-stage AI prompts, okay? My team will drop the link to this Google Doc again in the chat, okay? So that you guys, if you don't have it right now, you can get it. Okay, so the first thing we did after we did that is we made a Google Drive folder, okay? You don't have to do this part, but I would recommend it because if you don't have an organized Google Drive, you guys really should, okay? So you made a Google Drive folder and you called it, whatever your name is, and then UAI assets. Okay, that's what the name is. It's just written here to show you what it should be called. Very easy, that part's simple, okay? After that, the next step that you guys did is you went over to this first section, which is purple here, okay? And you went into this first box and you just copied everything that was in here, all right? And then you just pasted it into a brand new chat on ChatGPT. You pasted it, and then you had an interview with ChatGPT. If you didn't finish that interview, no worries. You can go back to that and use that exact same prompt that I just gave you again, okay? And after you finish the interview, what you did is you got ChatGPT to create you a report with your answers, because the important reason why we do that and we get it to create us a report with your answers is because the ChatGPT and all AIs, they kind of read things in a certain way. So when we formulate things in a very specific way, which this report does for you, like I'm literally handing this to you on a silver platter, right? Guys, like my team spent so much time learning all this stuff. We're just literally just giving it to you. it then creates it in a way that we can then use later, and you guys will see later as we get further through into this, why it's so important that the report is formatted in this way. So then you guys copied that prompt into the same chat. It made you a report, and basically it would have created you a report with which then you just copy and paste whatever ChatGPT gave you. So I'll just give you like an example here. Okay, so I take that prompt, I paste it here after I've done the interview, and then whatever it tells me here, okay, I copy all of this stuff into a Google Doc. The Google Doc should be inside of our Google Drive folder that we made. That was the first step for yourself. And then basically you do the exact same thing for the second step, for the offer. So for the offer, we just went into this first box, we copied it into our conversation, we pasted it. It then allowed us to have a conversation with it to get more details about your offer from you. And then after that, you use this next prompt here, which then basically turns what you told it into another report, so that then you're left with two reports. One is about yourself, one is about your offer. You have two different Google Docs in your Google Drive folder. If you have two Google Docs in your Google Drive folder, type 2, okay? So amazing. Doug says, we're putting together a summary of me, my offer, business, so the ChatGPT can use all of this to create personalized content. Yes. Tracy sent a love heart. Lavina says, so much clarity and doing it correctly. Yes. Mona says, your prompt is precise. It gives a unique outcome. Yes. Robert says, our personal history drives our motivations. Yes. Darius says, making it understand me better. Sean says, this Google Doc is awesome. Brian says, this doc is excellent. Top takeaway. Fantastic, guys. Cool. Amazing. Next. All right, we move on to unqualified words. Guys, this part's really simple. We're literally blacklisting words so that our AI is not going to use words that we hate. Okay, so quite literally, like it's very simple. You can adjust this, but the simplest thing, just for now, guys, just the easiest thing is copy what's in this box and put it into its own Google Doc. Like literally, you're just going to call the Google Doc unqualified words. It should be in your same folder. Okay, so it's going to be the third doc, which is in your folder. And you can just call it like unqualified words. It's very simple. But just copy what is in this box. You can add a couple of words that you hate, but I would suggest just doing that later, honestly. I would just do it later and just do this now. So once you've got 3 Google Docs in your Google Drive folder, type 3 for me. We kind of just already did this for you. We took like the most common words that our clients hate and that we hate, and we just put it all here already. And we removed sort of like M dashes and all of that stuff. Okay. Alrighty. I'll have a sip of water to give you guys a couple seconds to catch up. Fantastic. So now when we load this into your clone later, it's not going to say words like unprecedented. All right, guys, cool. So you've got your third doc in there. That part was really simple, right? Really simple. If you're pacing with me, type pacing. If you're behind, type behind. Just want to do a quick little pulse check. Okay, so a couple of you guys are slightly behind. I will give a couple minutes here to get this done so that you guys can catch up, okay? Just 1 or 2 minutes. In the meantime, if anyone has any questions as well, type the questions into the chat. And regarding the replay, my team will type a response to that in the chat, but to be clear, it's not going to be available for a long time. So you guys need to make sure that you watch it and implement it quickly. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Unless, of course, you want to buy it, then, you know, we can send you the link for that. Cool. Okie dokie. All right, time to move on. If your AI is going slowly, you can close it and just reopen it and reopen the chat. It usually works. Okay. All right, next one. Guys, what we're doing is we're moving into the A of UAI. So by now we've done yourself, your offer, we've done the unqualified words. Now we're moving into the authenticity. Cool? So what we're going to be doing is creating a style guide. And a style guide maintains consistency in your communication, guys. Without this, it's gonna not sound like you. Okay? So again, same thing, you guys know what we're doing by now, right? We're going into this box, we're copying it. Okay? And then at the end, you can see you want to paste like at least, I'm gonna just change that to 2. You're gonna paste 2 of your like written content examples. So that could literally be a message that you've sent to your client. It could be a post that you've made on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Just some written content that you've written before, whether it's an email or a text or a social media post. For our clients, right? Like this would be where you take your best posts and paste them here, right? But if you guys do have some top pieces of content, you would put them there. So I'll just show you this live as an example. So I'm copying that. Okay, I would head over to the same ChatGPT chat, paste. And then what I'll do is for example, like if I was to go to my Facebook and I go over to let's say I wanted to go to my analytics. I could find one of my top posts. Again, only do this if you have good content, right, guys? If your content isn't getting you leads, don't do this. But like as an example, obviously I have very, very good results from my content. So let's just say I wanted to look at, I don't know, one of my posts from the last 90 days or so. So here I have one. Okay. And so then what I'll do is I know I have this content on a Google Doc. Okay. So what I would then do is I would grab this piece of content, this whole post, okay? And I would actually just paste the entire post down here. Okay. And then I would just like paste the rest of the post there. And then you would just grab, second piece of content and just paste it there. You can use posts that have good engagement as long as it was the right engagement. You don't want to use content that has not got any results. So, guys, don't overthink this. Don't try and make this perfect. It mainly matters that it's written in how you'd write. Usually, the best is like if you're already making content on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, whatever post you made today, just put it there. I'll talk in a minute about how you guys can get access to the posts that actually generate leads and results and clients, okay? We'll talk about that in a bit. For now, though, this will be, this should only take 2 minutes, so I'll put a 2-minute timer up here. And let's get it done. Okay, if by now you guys have 4 Google Docs in your folder, type 4 in the chat for me. Because of course, As always, what we're going to do is when you've got the report, sorry, when you've done that, next step is obviously going to be to use a second prompt to grab the report, and then we copy and paste the response into another Google Doc that we put into our Drive folder. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. So, guys, by now you have copied the below into your conversation with a couple of written content examples. Send that through. Okay. What you're going to be left with is a style guide. So basically, what it gives back to you, copy that into a Google Doc in the same folder, and then you're going to be left with 4 Google Docs in your folder there. Okay. Once you've got 4, type 4 for me. And I want to show you an example of how your Google Drive is looking so far. Okay. You guys can see this example. If you actually scroll to the top of the Google Doc, you can see here there's under clone yourself on the section 0 preparation. If you go to the very top of the doc, very top, you see there's this section that says preparation, yeah? There's this example of this Google Drive folder, okay, with the 5 completed assets. As you guys look at this Google Drive folder, by now, right, what you guys have already done is as follows. You've got Y, O, U, and the A. You've done all of those so far. Okay? You've got 4 in there, type 4. Just one more time, I'm checking. Want to make sure you guys are following me. I know I'm sharing a lot here. Okay? But this is really, really good stuff. Cool. Amazing, guys. Well done. So the next step is the instructions. So we're getting on to step 5 now. Y, O, U, A, done. Now we go on to the I of the UAI, the instructions. So the reason why we need instructions is because we can give our AI a job. Okay, so obviously what we're doing here now in this chat, the AI already knows, this chat knows a lot about you. So what you're going to say is based on everything, you guys are going to, again, copy everything in here. But essentially what this is going to do is it's going to give you the output required in order to give your AI a job. So just copy all of this. Just copy, 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 all of that into the same AI conversation. Real simple, guys. Real simple. Okay, just copy that into the same AI conversation. Boom, paste. That's the step that we're following here. And then, guys, essentially then, the final doc is going to be what it responds back to you there. Okay? So you take what it responds to you there, okay? Copy all of that onto a Google Doc. Because now what it's done is it's taken everything that it knows about you. It knows your style. It knows how you want to speak. It knows the blacklisted words. It knows about your offer. It knows about your business. And you're just going to copy all of this onto your 5th doc in the Drive. You're going to make a 5th doc in your Drive folder. And then when you've got 5 over there, you guys know the drill. Type 5 in the chat for me. Lavinia says, wow. Okay. Amazing. All right, guys. So now, who's ready to have some fun? Who's ready to have some fun with me here now? I want you guys to type fun. Okay. All right, I like it. I like it, guys. Cool. Okay, fantastic. So you'll see on the Google Doc, okay, that there's this little tab called a custom GPT setup. Guys, I'm gonna help you create a custom GPT. Now, if you've tried creating a custom GPT in the past, but it hasn't generated you the results that you want, It's either because you didn't follow the steps that I just went through in enough detail, or because you don't already have the right social media frameworks and the copywriting frameworks that are designed to get leads and clients through social media, okay? So with that being said, here are the steps. So guys, it's very, very simple. This step, you guys have done the hardest part. You're gonna click on this tab that I've got here on the doc, Custom GPT Setup, or inside of ChatGPT, you can see here, there's this GPTs section, okay? Where you can hit create. So you can always hit on under the GPTs, you can hit explore and then you can hit create, okay? Hit create for me. And if you're on this page already, type GPT in the chat for me. Guys, what we're doing here is not, this is not basic stuff. This is like advanced stuff here that we're going through. So I just want to give you guys a, kudos for tracking with me here. And if you've felt it's a bit hard to keep up, please don't be too hard on yourself, okay? Because we are going pretty fast right now for the sake of time, okay? So just FYI, okay? So the next steps, all right? I want to make sure that you guys are, Kevin, you said it's great. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Cool. So the next steps, guys. What we're going to do, you've gone on to GPTs, you've hit create, you're going to configure your writer. Okay? So inside of here, we go on configure. Really important, name it. Okay, so you want to name it, same as me. You, AI, and then your name. My name's Lauren, right? So I'm going to type it like that. I'm just going to, I'm just writing example because I don't want to, forget that because I've already got one, right? So just FYI. That's the first step. Okay? So you've just typed the name in there. Really simple, yeah? After that, you're going to enter the description. It doesn't really matter. Lauren clone. Just type whatever. Lauren clone. Okay, that's fine. Okay. After that, instructions. So you know how we just went through step 5 and we got the instructions and you pasted them onto your Google Doc? You guys are going to paste that in here. Okay? So you guys put it on a Google Doc. I'll just quickly paste it here. So whatever's on your instruction doc, you're just going to paste it into here, okay? Once you've done that, type done for me. So just grab your instructions and paste them into the instructions. Cool. Perfect. Amazing. After that, okay, now we're going to upload all the files. So you know how we created 5 Google Docs inside of your Drive folder? You need to download all of them except the instructions one. So just go ahead and download those Google Docs. You can download them as PDFs. Okay, so as an example, how we do it, I'll just show you. I'll go to the example folder that I've got here, just to show you guys this really, really clearly. So we're going to just download all of them, except the instructions. We don't need to download the instructions. So you can just YOUA. So you just click on all of those, right click, download. It's just gonna download all of them. Don't know why it's taking its sweet time. Okay, I've got them all now. Got the zip folder, and then boom, it just gave all of them to me. Okay? So now what you're gonna do once you've downloaded them If you've downloaded them, type downloaded for me so that I know that you've got those 4 downloaded. The Y, O, U, and the A. Okay. I'll just give a couple more seconds for you guys to download those. I know sometimes it can be a bit slow. And once you've got those 4 downloaded onto your computer, type downloaded for me. And once they're downloaded, we're going to upload them, okay? So you'll upload them into this knowledge section. Can you hit upload files and then just upload them for me there? Those 4? And once you've done that, type uploaded. Love your speed, Kevin. Very good. Okay. Fantastic. So you download the Google Docs and then you upload them into this knowledge section where it says upload files. Okay? And then from there, you hit create. In the top right here, you hit create. So if you've already created it, type created. And with regards to the sharing, I personally just usually put it to anyone with a link or only me. Okay? All right. I want to know so far, what's the number one thing that you took from that? Anyone who's already done, what's the top thing that you took from what we just went through? And by the way, guys, if you aren't here with your cameras on, let's get those cameras back on. There you go, Robert. I see you. Christine, there you go. Christian, Daria, Cami, Ishwar, there. You guys are back now. Fantastic. That's what we like. Very good. Very good. Very good. Doug says it's easier than I would have assumed. Well, only done this a few hundred times, Doug, to nail down the process, you know? Okay, okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Guys, Christine says with guidance and skills, it was possible. Yes, 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 absolutely. Okay. Now, guys, um, who needs a couple of minutes? Type 2 minutes if you need a couple of minutes. Okay, Kevin says 2 minutes. Robert says 2 minutes. Okie dokie. Cool. So I'll just give a quick little recap of what we just did, just to make sure that everybody was pacing with me, okay? So I'll just get back to sharing my screen here. Cool. So essentially, we go into, I'll just share this. Oh, I'll share this from the top. Whoops. What did I just do? Okay, here we go. In ChatGPT, all right, we hit on this, there's this thing that says GBTs. You hit on explore. Okay. And then you hit create. And then it's already on configure. You make sure it's called configure. You give it a name. I like to call it UAI Lauren, right? You give it a description. It doesn't really matter. You just call it clone. And then you, from the doc that you guys made, which had the instructions on it, you paste the instructions here. From there, you just go to knowledge and all of the Google Docs that are in your drive, except the instructions, you download them onto your computer and then you just upload them here. Very, very simple. And then you just hit create and you've created your clone. Did that make it simpler for you guys? I hope so. I hope so. Now, okay, fantastic. Cool. So if you're done, type done. And if you just need to upload the files, then no worries. You can do that in a second. Fantastic. Cool, guys. I'm glad that you got it sorted. So, guys, now what we've done up until this point is you have created, you trained ChatGPT to become your content clone. Obviously, you can go back through what we just went through to add more detail if you want to. But we have still quite a lot more to get through. Still quite a lot more to get through. In fact, if you think anyone who dropped off already made a mistake, type into the chat telling them they made a mistake so my team can take a screenshot of it and send it to them via email right now. Type a message to the people that still who aren't here, who are missing on a bunch of stuff. Tell them that they made a mistake. You guys made a mistake because you're not here and I'm learning so much. Tell them what you're learning. Team, there we go. We got some screenshots to share now, okay? You guys are awesome. Okay, amazing. I love it. Thank so good. Guys, you've now trained ChatGPT to become your content clone. So type agree if you agree that I've delivered on my first promise to you. Type agree in the chat if you agree that I've delivered on my first promise to you. Okay? So now we need to go through how to create a week's worth of brand aligned content in 53 minutes or less without losing your voice. Who's excited about that? Give me an excited in the chat if you're excited. And let's get those cameras back on, guys. Come on, I want to see those faces. All right, fabulous. Okay, cool, I like it. Guys, okay, so the first and most important step is that moving forward, every time you guys create content moving forward, please open your new custom GPT. Can you guys see it in the sidebar there? If you can see it, type I see it. Okay? Guys, don't just open like the regular ChatGPT interface. You guys see it? Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay. Because you guys have now trained your very own custom GPT to become your own UAI, meaning that it's trained on yourself, your offer. You've given it unqualified words. It's authentic to you, and you've given it instructions to become your social media content clone. So now whenever you go into it, it will pull content from your knowledge, not the random knowledge on the internet. Can you see the difference? Type difference if you can see the difference. Okay. Now, of course, you guys can absolutely go back through the training that we went through and add more training to it, right? I would recommend that you actually take a few hours to go ahead and have those real long conversations just to give it more nuance, right? Because the more nuance it has, the better the content is going to be that it creates. But it's not vital. You guys have done like the bare minimum that's better than what you were doing before. Okay. So now I want to help you guys create all of your content in 53 minutes or less. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If you guys go to your the training doc that I've given to you, okay, there's a tab called UAI use case example. I want you guys to click that. Once you've clicked that, type clicked. And this works in all languages, by the way. So basically now what you guys are going to do, you're going to start with the following prompt, which is basically this. Just copy what's in that little square, rectangle-ish. Copy that into your UAI. So don't just go into a regular ChatGPT. Go into your UAI. So for example, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go into my UAI and I'm going to paste that prompt. Okay? What's going to happen next, guys, is as follows, okay? Here's what it's going to look like. So it's going to give you content ideas for today that follows the specifications, okay? Are those, if you guys have pasted that prompt into your UAI, I would like to ask you, does it sound aligned to what you would usually speak about with regards to content? Is it like a good idea that it's given you? Type good idea if it's a good idea. Kevin says, hell yeah. If you guys are happy with your AI clone so far, type, I'm happy with the AI clone Lauren showed me how to make. Just curious. Okay, just curious. All right. Good. Okay, you guys love it. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Fantastic. So then it's going to give you those ideas. And guys, um, don't miss this step, okay? Basically, what you're then going to do is it's going to basically ask you, do you want this to be turned into a full post in your voice? You're going to tell it yes. And it may ask you which hook you want to use. So I want you guys to just pick one of those ideas and tell it which idea you want and tell it that you want it turned into a full post. Okay? So just spend, 20 seconds doing that right now. And it will return to you a full post. It will return to you a full post. And once you've got that, let me know how it is. Badri says magnifique. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. Okie dokie. Nice. Fantastic. So guys, next step, don't miss this part. Once you've got it to give you the full post, I want you guys to, we're not going to do this right now, but you will then copy it onto a document and spend about 5 minutes per post editing for accuracy. Okay, and then you repeat that 7 times until you have all your content for the week done. Is that clear? Type clear if that's clear for you guys. Cool. Perfect. So you use that prompt. You then get it to create you the post. Once you've created the post, you take the post, you put it onto a Google Doc, you edit it for accuracy, and then you repeat it 7 times because it will give you more content for the next days. Okay? So here's how it looks in reality. You spend about, 1 minute prompting and about 5 minutes editing per post, which is roughly, 6 minutes per post. If you think about, if you want to go ahead and post every day, which you don't need to do, but 6 minutes per post times 7 posts, right? That's 42 minutes a week. And then let's just say, another 1 to 2 minutes posting per day, which obviously leads to less than an hour a week of creating content. But the question is, guys, even if you only use just a fraction of what we've covered so far today, can you see how you've taken a gigantic leap towards getting clients from social media? Now, I don't know what you knew about AI and social media before this training, but it would be a safe bet that some or all of this info was new and valuable to you, right? Right? Okay, Christian says absolutely. And guys, so far on this training today, you learned why normal AI posts don't sound like you. You realize AI is the game changer, and you now know how to use it so content takes minutes and not hours, right? You guys literally set up your own AI content clone, right? And you saw proof that this works, in every niche, from health and fitness to career coaching, even government contracts, and in your own niche too. And most importantly, you saw that this works because real people like Derek, Jeanette, Bridger use it to add 20K to 240K to their business. And guys, we've only scratched the surface. We have only scratched the surface up until this point. So if you think this has been valuable so far, type valuable in the chat for me. And I would like to ask you, do you now feel more confident creating social media content? Can you see why your content hasn't been performing as well as you'd like? Right? So you guys blowing up the chat. And can you see how you're wasting so much time when you could save hours a week using AI the right way? So in short, can you see how the skill of creating social media content with AI is a skill worth having? If you think it's a skill worth having, type skill into the chat. Because this skill may just be the bridge between where you are and the profits that you're looking for. I mean, it certainly has been for me. So if you've liked what I've shared with you so far, you're going to love what I've got coming for you next. Because I have one important question for you. And I want you guys to really listen to me as I say this, okay? If you've got any other tabs open, close them, pay attention, get those cameras back on for me. I have one very important question for you. So by now, you can see how your UAI content clone is going to be faster and it's going to save you time creating content, right? So my question is, are you satisfied with the performance of your current content? Are you satisfied with it? Robert says no, Tom says no, Lavinia says no, Darius says no. Okay, it's moving too fast. I cannot even see all your names. Okay, so you're not satisfied with it. Because guys, you can see that your current content has gotten you your current results, right? So if you put out more of the same, let's just, dare I say it, mediocre content, the question that I have for you is more of the same content going to help your business drive more leads? Type yes or no in the chat for me. I want you to get real with yourself. If you put out more of the same content, is it going to help your business drive more leads? No. You guys are saying no. Right. Because I looked at a lot of your content before jumping on this session today, and I've seen you guys struggle. I've seen you become frustrated with your lack of success. I've seen you work hard day and night, seemingly getting nowhere. And before this presentation today, I was faced with one of two choices. The first option is to part ways with you and hope that on your own, you can figure it out. Or my second option, I could take a more active role and responsibility for your success to create a win-win situation and actually help you implement what I just taught you. So I chose the second option. And so it is with a great pleasure to introduce you guys to the Social Media Sales Summit. In 3 days, you will discover how business owners are getting leads and clients from social media content without ads, videos, or posting every day. And this took me more than 12 years of posting, tens of thousands of hours and thousands of pieces of content to figure out. And I'm just going to hand it to you on a silver platter. So here's what you get when you sign up to the Social Media Sales Summit today. So what you can expect is we are going to be going through a virtual event which is made specifically so you can create clients from social media by day 3. Like Cecilia, who on day 2 of the Social Media Sales Summit made $6,000 from what we went through on day 1. Like Kim, who got 2 sales from social media with less than 1,000 followers from day 1. Like Stefan, who got 2 sales from social media with less than 1,000 followers from what we went through on day 1 of the Social Media Sales Summit as well. Like Gloria, who booked 3 sales calls by day 2. Like Hakan, who got leads by day 3. Like Jordana, who got 3 leads from 1 post. Like Lorraine, who also got 3 leads from 1 post. Like Bonita, who got 10 leads from 1 post, despite her saying that she was skeptical. So here's what you get when you sign up to the Social Media Sales Summit today. We are going to go over exclusive information that I have charged clients more than $25,000 for that they happily paid me thanks to the return that they made. So if you're someone who doesn't get enough replies or opt-ins, or your content gets less engagement than you'd like, or people can't tell why you're better than your competition, so they just don't buy, or your ad costs are just simply too expensive now, then pay attention because I made this for you. So the first thing that we're going to do in the Social Media Sales Summit is make sure your AI clone is producing you content that produces profit. If your goal is more profit, type profit for me. Type profit for me in the chat if your goal is more profit, okay? Because that's going to be the first thing that we do in the Social Media Sales Summit, all right? So it's not just going to be more of the same content that hasn't been getting you the results that you want. Super clear, okay? So here's a good way to look at it and what we're going to go through in the Social Media Sales Summit. You know those people that you see in the gym, right? Who are always running on the treadmill. Like you saw that person running on the treadmill 3 years ago and they still haven't lost weight. Or maybe they've even gained weight, right? Like they're putting in so much effort, they're working hard, spending huge amounts of time, but their body never changes. Versus you see that person that goes to the gym a couple of times a week, maybe does some hiking, does some weights, etc., but they stay in great shape. Do you guys know the difference that I'm talking about, right? Well, loads of you guys are saying that's me now, okay? Kevin says, where did you get my picture? Okay, well, guys, my question is, right? You see that person who's just there doing a bit of training every now and then, like who would you guys rather be? The guy that's running on the treadmill all the time, putting in tons of effort, versus the guy that just does training a couple times a week but stays in great shape? Who'd you rather be, the one on the left or the one on the right, right? You'd rather be the one on the right. Okay, and that's exactly what you can think of is the difference between just posting content on social media versus posting what I'm going to give you guys on the Social Media Sales Summit, the 3D Viral Social Media Profit Calendar. Okay, that's the first step of the Social Media Sales Summit. So let me introduce you to Derek to make this real. Derek's a relationship coach. He said to me, Lauren, I literally cannot get leads from social media. My audience doesn't buy. So I said to him, let's see about that, Derek. Okay. So first, what I did is I showed him how we tap into the psychology of your best possible client to identify the 3 types of content that your AI clone needs to be creating for you. Content that gets reach, content that gets leads, and content that gets clients. So then he knew exactly what content to put out and the sweet spot of each of the 3 styles that you need to be putting out to bring in more prospects into your audience that convert consistently and predictably. By the way, Derek told me that he'd never had anyone tell him about the 3 different styles of content before, and check out what happened. With his first restructured post alone, within just 48 hours, he had 37 people sign up to a live webinar that he was running. That was after a year of him saying that this doesn't work. And it's been about 45 days since he found me, and here's what he said. He now said, I have 100 brand new potential customers coming to my webinars. I had no access to this number of leads nor people this serious about getting my particular type of help. From my first webinar, I made a $5,000 sale that I would not have made in any other way that I had imagined. Okay? That's after a year of him saying social media doesn't work for me. And he then I then showed him the viral 3D social media content calendar. Now he says he has a structured way to bring in real customers, and he's getting multiple new $5,000 clients every single week. So section 1 of the Social Media Sales Summit alone is enough to get you leads. In fact, Paul Tinker, it's not Tickner, different surname, different guy. Paul Tinker, he was able to spend 75% less time on social media, and went from 5 hours to 1 hour per week. And using the 3D viral content calendar, he now has over 300% more inquiries and 10x more sales conversations. I mean, how would you like 10x more sales conversations? Type 10x, okay, if you think that could be valuable for you. All right. Now, the best part is that the 3D viral social media calendar works no matter what you sell. From gut health to real estate to career development to reversing diabetes, government contracts, plant-based nutrition, workplace well-being. I mean, this was one of my clients from 2016. This is literally step by step the exact calendar that I used to get my first clients for free. And it's what I use to this day to get leads for my $3 million per year coaching business. And this system cost me 4 years of making next to nothing on social media to figure out the not fun way. But I want to save you the 4 years that it took me to figure out on social media and just give you the shortcuts, aka give you the fun way so that you can start getting results faster, like we've done here today on this session. And for many of you here today, this is the only thing that you need to get leads and clients from social media. And guys, the best part is that the 3D viral social media calendar, you can think about it like food for your UAI clone, right? You're not going to need to guess what to post about because the calendar tells you exactly what must go up and when. Because as we know by now, the current content that you're putting out isn't getting you the results that you want. This will change that for you. Okay. And even though, helping and impacting more people is priceless, right? And 1,000 leads on Facebook ads will cost you between $5K to $15,000, depending on how good you are. I'm valuing the 3D viral social media content calendar at just a fraction of the time and money and years of experience and trial and error that it cost me to create at just $99. So if the 3D viral social media calendar alone would be worth it for you, go to readyforscale.com and grab your ticket for the Social Media Sales Summit right now. And to be clear, early bird tickets are less than the $99 value of the 3D viral social media calendar. So this is literally a no-brainer for you. My team will drop a link to readyforscale.com in the chat for you right now so you can grab your early bird ticket immediately, because the viral social media content calendar is just a fraction of what we're going through during the Social Media Sales Summit. So next, if your content isn't converting, or you're not getting as many qualified leads as you want, or you're about to start working on a new offer, then pay attention because this part of the social media sales summit is for you. So until now, I've charged $3,500 for a 35-minute session, what I call a messaging to millions session. And in fact, Mitchell Miles generated a $24,000 client from just one post after he paid me $3,500. And in fact, you can see here, here's the post. And here's a screenshot where he said, I got a 24K sale from the post. Okay. Adding messaging to millions on top of the UAI clone added 6 figures to Bridges' business. And messaging to millions, to be clear, is where we take your message and we position it so that it's social media sales friendly. This is the very reason why some of you guys are telling me that your content isn't getting the engagement or the results that you want. Now, messaging to millions gets your AI clone to format your content in the way that the masses will understand and want. And in fact, it's what got Alric to reach 1.2 million additional people from messaging to millions. I mean, he even says, I was very impressed at how quickly it worked. And so it's also what got Robert his first post to reach more than 6,000 people, because in a German speaking market, this works in different languages as well. Okay, if your main language that you're making content in is not English, this was in a German speaking language. This resulted in 110 leads in one day, despite him never getting inbound leads before. So for you, do you think that alone could at least double your reach overnight? Give me a yes in the chat if you can see how just that alone could at least double your reach overnight if your AI clone knew what content needed to go out day by day and your message was understood by the masses. Okay? Now, guys, this took me 12 years and thousands of hours to figure out. More than $18,000 in failed tests and experiments. I nearly quit my business twice, and my private clients paid 25K for this exact system. But I want to save you the effort, the energy that it took me, and just give you it the fast, cheap, and easy way. And in fact, this is so valuable that you could literally do nothing else that I show you and double your leads without changing anything else that you're doing, simply because the way that you'll be showing up will make sense to the right people, and your AI clone will speak in a way that targets your ideal client. Now, if I was going to put what you're getting into a course, I would value it at only, of course, like a fraction of my investment in time and money for $499, no less than $499. And when you grab a ticket for the Social Media Sales Summit during this masterclass, you get the 3D viral social media calendar, which has a $99 value. Okay. You also get the messaging to millions, which is worth $499. So the total value of what you're getting in the Social Media Sales Summit is $598. But that's just a fraction of what we will go through on day 1 and day 2. Because then on day 3, I have something special for you. Because I trained my AI clone to review sales calls. And because I've taken more than 4,000 sales calls and coached dozens of sales reps to make millions for me and my clients, I was able to use AI to create the highest converting sales scripts. Because if by now you can see that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to AI, type AI in the chat for me, okay? I was literally able to review all those sales calls, figure out the ones that got the best results, and turn it into the best converting sales script that we've been using for the last couple of years. And I'm going to hand it to you during the summit. Because the way that you sell to strangers who find you from content is totally different to how you sell to those who are referrals or warm leads. And in fact, this is how Jazz was able to make 130K in a brand new offer launch. Literally a startup, a brand new offer from scratch, 130K. Okay, this is how Katarina, who had literally no audience at first, she added 6 figures to her brand new offer as well. And although clients pay me more than 10K per month for sales consulting to generate more revenue, if I were to sell my sales script as a standalone, I would sell it for a tiny fraction of the 25,000 plus hours of sales calls that I've taken for me to refine this. And I would sell it for $1,997. But when you grab a ticket for the Social Media Sales Summit during this masterclass, you get the 3D viral social media calendar, which is valued at $99. You get the messaging to millions, valued at $499. You get the $1 million sales script, valued at $1,997, which takes the value to $2,595. That's being very, very conservative. And my program, including the content calendar, messaging to millions, and the $1 million sales script. It has helped thousands of people generate leads and sales from social media, get consistent clients online, achieve financial freedom. And guys, I'm able to charge $25,000 and more because my program gets results like Marianne, who is in a Finnish market. She went from 40K in 1 year to now $40,000 weeks consistently. Sagi was able to have his first 7-figure year, which is more than 80K in cash per month. I saw him, he was in this training earlier. And I literally have clients telling me they made back their $25,000 investment within 24 hours of paying me that amount of money. And you can see here, Nathan was able to make $20,000 in a week just from Instagram. And look, I even have clients that have paid me more than 25K telling me that I should put a warning label on the program to tell people that it may get them too many leads. So let me know down below. If money wasn't an issue, would you pay me $25,000 one time to get results like these for life? If money wasn't an issue, type yes. If you would do that, right? To get results like these for life, would you happily pay me 25K? Like many of my clients have done. Right, you guys are blowing up the chat. But what if I told you that you don't need to pay $25,000 today, despite it being well worth it? Can you see though, how at $2,595, everything that I'm giving you in the social media sales summit will be an absolute steal? You guys can see that, right? Okay, I can see you in the chat saying yes. But guys, for the first 50 people who grab a ticket to the Social Media Sales Summit during this masterclass here today, who are hungry to make a change for you and your family, I'm going to give you a crazy deal. So I want you to comment me if you're going to be one of those first 50. 50. Okay. Jackie, Cindy. Okay. I see you, Sharon, Tanya, Kevin, Stan, Daria. Christian says I'm in. Fantastic. Guys, for you though, right now, because I'm at a stage in my life and business where my goal is to make a bigger impact, for a small group of you who are on here, I'm inviting you to come and spend 3 days with me virtually and get 3 days of coaching with me and leave with the method of producing clients from content that my $25,000 clients are producing for just one payment of $50 today. So just go to readyforscale.com, grab your ticket, and you're just paying $50 as a super early bird ticket. So here's how it's going to look when you go to readyforscale.com. The page is going to look like this. Okay? So the team are dropping the link in the chat as well. This is how it looks. Very simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to type your name, you're going to type your email, you're going to type your phone number, and then you're going to go to step 2. I'll take a sip of water as you guys do that. All right. And then after you've entered your name, email, and phone number, and you've gone to step 2, it's very simple. You're going to grab the bonuses that we recommend, enter your details, and then all you do from there is you hit complete order. So that's the steps. So go to readyforscale.com, enter name, email, phone number, you hit go to step 2, and then you grab the recommended bonuses, and then you insert your details. For those of you who are asking if it's going to be recorded, we will give you access to the recordings for 3 days following the event. Okay? I do recommend you show up live though. Badgery says, done, I'd like to learn more from you. Congrats. And guys, once you're in, type in. I want to give some of you guys a shout out, okay? So very simple. All right, Kevin says in, Cindy says in, Badgery's in, fantastic. Tanya's in as well. Who else is in? We got Mohammed, fantastic. We got Daria's in, Robert's in. You guys just made a fantastic decision. Because I haven't even told you, I haven't even told you about the crazy bonuses that I've got for you. Because you're here live with me right now, I have 3 bonuses for you that you won't get anywhere else. And if you've already grabbed your ticket, you'll be getting these bonuses too. So if you want to build a personal brand, or you want a load of additional reach to your social media profiles, or you know the value in attention, then this bonus that you only get when you grab a ticket to the Social Media Sales Summit during this masterclass is for you. And the link is readyforscale.com. Team will put it in the chat one more time. And to be clear, if you let this masterclass end without grabbing your ticket, you will miss out on these 3 exclusive bonuses. So if you're on the edge right now, type edge, because I'm happy to answer any questions that you've got. The viral post framework. This is the first bonus. I'm super excited about this. This is the exact AI prompt that my AI clone uses to write viral content that gets reach from the right people. It's how I consistently get 2 million, 3 million, 4 million views per week across my social media content, from my written content, to be clear, not my video content. You can see here, my text posts get on average 8,481% more views on average. Crazy. And guys, I'm literally just gonna hand you this prompt. And actually, I discovered it after using AI to analyze more than 10,000 viral social media posts that got me and my clients to go crazy viral. Crazy viral. You can see here one of the testimonials we got from this exact prompt says, I was very impressed at how quickly the prompt worked, especially with the viral thread strategy. Basically, that means the prompt. Okay, he just used a different way of wording it. It immediately grew my Facebook reach to over 1.2 million people within 90 days. 90 days. Okay, so guys, this is literally what's grown my audience to more than 100,000 on Instagram, 50,000 plus on LinkedIn, 30,000 plus on YouTube, 40,000 plus on personal Facebook. It's what got Claire Ford with less than 2,000 followers featured by the BBC. Batch used it to get more than 300 plus leads from one post. And when you go to readyforscale.com and grab your ticket to the Social Media Sales Summit, I will give you the viral post framework and AI prompt right away so you can start using this today with your AI clone. This is on top of the bonus one that I mentioned. If you should upgrade to get the bonus, this is another one on top of that. Okay. Now this prompt is what created these posts, which got 7.6 million impressions from one post, 1.7 million views from another post, 8.4 million impressions from another post, and it could help you go viral too, which I value today at a tiny fraction of my investment, time and money, at $299. Okay. So when you grab a ticket for the Social Media Sales Summit during this masterclass, you get the 3D viral social media calendar. We'll be going through that during the event. On top of that, you get messaging to millions. We go through that during the event. As well as that, you get the $1 million sales script. We go through that during the event as well. And you get the viral post framework valued at $299, which means that the total value is $2,894. Plus, do you remember how I showed you that Mitchell Miles made 24K from one post? You guys remember that? Yeah? Type yes if you remember that, where I showed you this just a little bit earlier. So, guys, congrats of you who've already got your ticket. If you'd like to see the framework he used, guys, Jeanette, by the way, she used that same post template to make $16,000 from one post. By the way, you can see here. Okay. Founder used it to make $77,500 from that one template. And I'm just going to throw it in as another bonus for you when you grab your summit ticket before the masterclass is up. And to be clear, we're getting relatively close to the end. Okay. So go to readyforscale.com, grab your ticket now, because when you grab a ticket for the Social Media Sales Summit during this masterclass, you get the calendar, messaging to millions, the sales script that we go through during the event. And then as a bonus, you get the viral post framework. And of course, from there, you're going to get the template, which is worth $333, taking the value to $3,227. So go to readyforscale.com, grab an early bird ticket right now before this masterclass ends. You will get the template as a bonus for free. Okay. This, guys, this is a very, very good bonus that you're getting here. So Christian's in, he says done. Carol says in, congratulations. I can see here. Who else is in? Let me know. Andy says I'm in. Fantastic. Robert's in as well. Brilliant. And guys, there's one more bonus. Essie's in as well. Congrats. There's one more bonus that you can only get when you sign up during this masterclass. Because I want to make sure you literally can't fail. Because here's the thing. You guys may see this in your clients too. Like, why is it that 2 people can have the same strategy and one person makes millions, whereas the other does nothing with it? So I love this story. You guys may have heard this one before, but it's the story of 2 woodcutters. So it's where they both set out to cut down a large number of trees in a day. So the first guy, he rushed forward like immediately. He grabbed his axe. He began to swing with all of his strength to chop down those trees. Trees began falling one after the other, and he felt confident that he was beating the other guy. But the second man, he took a different approach, right? Before striking a single tree, he sat down and he spent time sharpening his axe. Now, the first woodcutter, he was laughing at that guy. He was saying, like, you're wasting precious daylight, right? I'm going to get more trees down than you. I'm going to get the bonus that the boss offered, right? And then after the second guy started, he appeared much, much slower. Hours and hours went by, and the first woodcutter got really, really tired, and his axe wasn't working that well anymore. And he started slowing down. Meanwhile, the second woodcutter, he hadn't even started yet. And by the time the first cutter was all tired, the second one was starting to go. And the crazy thing is that by the end of the day, the second woodcutter had cut down more than double the number of the trees than the first guy because he spent time sharpening his axe. Okay? The first guy collapsed from exhaustion. The second guy, he smiled and was like, listen, you worked hard, I worked smart. I invested time sharpening the axe, and that's what made the difference. And that is going to be what we're going to do. Because sharpening the axe is where success is created. Because it's not the work that you see in public, it's the preparation that you commit to in private. The most successful entrepreneurs are the ones that stop, they think, they refine, and then they execute with precision. So that is why the day before the event, what we're going to do, you guys are going to have a special bonus focused entirely on the habits and strategies that make winners unstoppable. The psychology of success with social media. Guys, this isn't going to be like motivational fluff, right? You guys know that I'm all about the tactics. We'll be going through the psychology built for high achievers who want more, okay? So again, that's a bonus that you're getting when you go to readyforscale.com. Grab your ticket now. I can see Cindy says, well, love this, Lauren. Carries in. Fantastic. Congratulations. Stands in. Essie's in. Amazing, guys. Okay. This is going to be a great session. So when you go to readyforscale.com and grab your ticket right now, you guys get all of what I'm going through here. Okay. So the fundamentals of the event, we go through the calendar. We go through the messaging to millions. I give you the sales script. That's just a fraction of what we're going through on the event, of course. But then the bonuses you get the viral post framework, you get the template that makes a lot of money when you post with it, and you get the session that we're going to go through the day before on psychology of success. The total value is $3,333. And I also see, congratulations, Robert, you just got in. So readyforscale.com is the link. Now, guys, I am going to be making sure that you implement over 3 days to make sure you get it to stick. So the question is, if all this did was help you just sign one new client over the course of the next year, would it be worth it for you? Because today, you're getting everything that I just went through. You're getting the confidence, the certainty, the structure, the systems, the frameworks, the live implementation with me to make sure the time that you just invested with me was actually worth it, right? To get your AI clone working. And to be clear, there is no risk for you. Because if you get to the end of the 3 days and you don't think it was worth it, we'll happily refund you, no worries. So go to readyforscale.com, grab your ticket right now. And guys, you've got a very small window to get ahead. The AI window is closing fast. I would say there's about a 4 to 6 month window before AI content becomes mainstream. Your competitors are using ChatGPT wrong, like we already went through. Smart business owners are already figuring this out. And so to be clear, when you land on readyforscale.com, it's going to look like this. Okay. I know a lot of you guys have already seen this because you've already grabbed your ticket, but I want to show you something next. You're just going to put your info. So name, email, and number. Christian says he's in. Congratulations, Christian. Okay. So you go to readyforscale.com, enter your name, enter your email. Hit, go to step number 2. All right. After that, grab the recommended upgrades. To be clear, the viral hooks library is totally different than the bonuses that I gave you. I really do recommend these upgrade options if you're serious about getting results with your AI clone. From there, you enter your card info, whatever, hit complete order. Easy, done. Now, by now, you guys have made a great decision to join me for the Social Media Sales Summit. You've made a commitment to your content, your brand, your freedom. And after making that great investment, you have the opportunity to get hands-on support from me during the 3 days. Here's a question for you. I want to see you guys blow up the chat for me. How would you like to get direct help from me on your social media? Would you want that? Yes or no? Just be honest. I won't take it personally, okay? All right, Robert says yes. Doug says yes. Cindy says yes. Chanel says in yes. Jackie says yes. So guys, surprise, there's more. After grabbing your ticket, you guys can upgrade to VIP. And for those of you who upgrade to VIP, I have something special for you all. For all of my VIP ticket holders, you're going to get the following bonuses. It's not just one special thing, it's many. So guys, the first bonus is where you will join me and the other VIPs on a private call where I will review your social media and tell you what to improve, how to format your hooks, how to update your bio, exactly what content to post. Like, how would you like me to pull up your profile and literally tell you what to change to make it better? Would that be helpful for you? Yes or no in the chat for me. Cindy's like, yes, please. Okay. So that's going to be the first bonus that you get when you upgrade to VIP. And the way that you upgrade to VIP is after you've bought your ticket, there's a page that says, would you like to upgrade to VIP? You just click yes on that. Okay. So that's the first bonus. The second bonus is that when you say yes to VIP today, you're also going to get daily coaching from me. So during every single day of the live event, you'll be guaranteed to get all of your questions answered by me. Now, this isn't actually 3 days of coaching because, as I mentioned, VIPs, the first bonus you get is a special bonus 4th day, which is actually a special bonus 5th day because everyone who signs up here is getting an extra day on the beginning. But so basically, you will get an extra bonus day and every day during the main 3 days and the 4th bonus day of the event, you guys are going to get coaching from me. So that's basically 4 days of coaching from me. And for context, I charge 5.5K per hour if you want a one-on-one coaching session with me. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking an hour a day, going there with VIPs, answering all your questions. And guys, to be clear, I will be also making sure that I format what we go through on the event to make sure that you get results from it. Like as an example, you saw how Cecilia got her $6,000 client during the last event. That's because she upgraded to VIP and posted what I told her to. And it worked, of course, because, you know, she didn't have to think about it, right? She just put out what I told her and then she got an ROI. So can you see how that kind of coaching alone makes your VIP upgrade worth it? And I want to do a pulse check right now. Who's already in VIP? Type VIP in the chat for me. And if you're considering it, type considering. Doug's already in VIP. Congratulations, Doug, for making the upgrade. I will be roasting your social media. Robert's already in on VIP. Badgery's already on VIP. Christian's already in on VIP. Stan's considering it. Dominic's on VIP. Guys, you are fast movers. Essie's considering it. Okay, so the next bonus may help you. Well, actually, the next couple of things that I go through may help you guys make a decision. Okay, so with that being said, that's not all. I've got a third bonus for VIPs. When you upgrade to VIP, just like, who do we see here? We see a bunch of you guys upgrading. Dominic, just like Christian, just like Badry, okay? Just like Victoria, when you guys do upgrade just like they did, you're also going to get lifetime access to the recordings. So VIPs, you're going to get the recordings included lifetime access. So not only will you be able to attend the event, get coaching every day from me. If something comes up, no problem, you can catch the recording, revisit the recording again and again as many times as you like, rewatch, catch little things that I said, because like you're going to watch me coaching you so you can watch it back again and again and again. So you also get recordings to the bonus session that I give to you where you can watch me coaching you. Now, the fourth bonus, and I'm sure you guys can tell that I don't make money from selling these event tickets because the amount of money that I invest into running them with my team, I put hours and hours and hours and hours into creating them. I could be spending all those hours, you know, getting paid 5.5K per hour, or like 55K that I charge for my clients on VIP days and so on and so forth. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be including a love it or your money back guarantee. When you show up to the 3 days, implement what we say. If you don't love it, you let us know, you get your money back on VIP as well. So that's how confident we are in your upgrade to VIP and the value that you're going to get from this training. Okay. Also, for anyone else who upgrades to VIP, you will also be able to bring a friend, a spouse, a business partner, a client. We'll be equipping you with a buddy pass. So they have their own Zoom link and admissions, so you can have someone to go through this with you and hold each other accountable and collaborate with everything that you're learning. So you don't have to use this if you don't want to, but with something that we're offering as a bonus when you say yes to VIP. They will also get bonus access to the day before the event as well. So who's in? Type in if you're in, type VIP if you're VIP, type considering if you are considering. And to be clear, for VIPs, usually those that come in who get the VIP upgrade, they say that the thing that makes the biggest difference for them is the bonus VIP only day. Because I literally will pull up your social media on the screen. Like, can you imagine me opening your Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or whatever platform and literally telling you, change this, change that, this hook needs to change to this. Here's how I'd reword that post. Guys, just imagine how valuable that would be. Can you see how that alone is easily worth the VIP upgrade, right? Like, it's insane that my team let me do this, but I have so much fun with it, okay? So, congratulations for all of you guys who have jumped in so far. So, guys, to be clear, like, those of you who are jumping into VIP, you're literally getting over 20K's worth of value. First, you get me reviewing your social media. Second, when you get daily live coaching from me, after that, you're getting lifetime access to the recordings. You're getting a VIP buddy pass, right? Sorry, you're getting a buddy pass. You're getting the VIP money back guarantee. Guys, this is insane. This is insane. So how it works is after you grab your ticket on readyforscale.com, you enter your info. You hit go to step 2. You grab the recommended bonuses. You scroll down, hit complete order. You'll land on this VIP upgrade page. Guys, you see that button there that says, yes, upgrade my ticket to VIP? Boom, you click that. And pop quiz, who's in? Type in. Who's VIP? Type VIP. Who's on the edge? Type edge. Okay, pop quiz, pop quiz. And by the way, to be clear, like this is a early bird pricing for the VIP. I just saw that it says the price on there. To be clear, like if you leave this masterclass, this price is not going to stay the same. We usually charge $497. That's why I skipped over it quickly. But you guys are here with me live. Just to be clear, if let's say anyone's watching the recording right now, like it may not say 197 anymore. So you may have missed your chance. Okay, so guys, today you're not just grabbing a ticket to an event. You are getting the feeling of confidence knowing that you're posting the right thing. You're getting the certainty that this is going to work once and for all. You're getting the structure that takes your knowledge and puts it online in a way that's designed to get reach. And you're getting trust that even just one of the 3 social media sales summit sessions will change everything for your business. And you are starting to become the personal brand that you've always dreamed of being. Like the people that you see on social media, speaking on stages, that you listen to on podcasts. And you're finally making the investment to put yourself first for once. You're investing back into you. So if all this did was help you just sign one new client, would it be worth it? If so, go to readyforscale.com, grab your ticket right now. And I want you to think about the last time you bought a course or a product. Did you implement it all? Honestly, yes or no in the chat for me. Did you implement all of it? Okay, that's the question that I have for you. Just be real with me for a second. I always love the answers to these questions. Sometimes people are shy to answer it. Last time you bought a course, did you implement all of it? Yes or no? Come on, guys. Be real. Okay. Essie says no. Daria says no. Stan says no. Yeah. Okay. So no, right? Guys, because if you didn't, the gap between where you are now and the life you want may just be overcoming your procrastination. Let's get real. Da Vinci, Steve Jobs, J.K. Rowling, Mozart, Tim Ferriss, they are all said to be procrastinators. And that's why what you're getting with me here today, when you sign up to the Social Media Sales Summit on readyforscale.com, it's not just another thing that you're going to invest in that's going to sit unopened, because you're going to show up with me live every day for 3 days. I will be there with you to implement, just like what we did here today. And if you don't show up, my team will contact you so you can rest assured that you will implement with me. And in fact, the very fact that this is live is the very reason why it works so well and gets such good results. I saw some of you guys asking, is there a replay? Guys, those that scale their businesses are thinking, how can I change my schedule to show up and make it happen? How can I change my schedule so that I can be there every day for the entire thing? How can I change my schedule to give me 1 or 2 hours after every session so I can go through what we just went through to implement? Cool? So if you're the type of person who's ready to become a top implementer, type me in the chat because I want to see who is going to be there with me live every single day. Cindy says me. Doug says me. Fantastic. Kevin says me. Essie, Daria, Robbie, Robert. Amazing. Guys, I love that. Our best clients say that the live element is the biggest benefit because it forces implementation. Because by now you know what to do, so why aren't you doing it? I have people say, I'm going to be traveling during the event. And I say, Okay, cool. Me too. Okay. So imagine how much inspiration it's going to give you to actually implement when you know that this is a live event to show up to, do the thing, get the result, just like what we did today. And if you feel that you don't have time to do this, the fact that you don't have time is the very reason why you need it more than anybody else. Because what you'll get from this social media sales summit is going to get your time creating content down to 1 hour per week. And on top of that, you're going to know that you're putting out the right thing. So let's just say you're spending 2 hours a week on content right now, doing social media activities, whatever. That means you'll save a minimum of 52 hours a week. Like that's 2 full work weeks you could otherwise be on vacation, right? That's thanks to what we'll implement together during the social media sales summit. And if your time is worth, I don't know, $100 an hour, 52 hours of content creation means it's 5.2K. You're saving yourself joining me during the social media sales summit. So if you're on the fence, go to readyforscale.com. That's the place to go. Lavinia, congrats for signing up. Look what happened to Vera, who came to an event we did before. She said, leads are coming to me like bees to honey. She got 18.2K with just 2,760 followers. You can see here, Julia says she made her $25,000 investment back after 24 hours just with one content idea. Okay, that's with clients who are working us on the higher scale. You can see here that Karen, she was able to take the AI training and then add on to what we're going to go through on the social media sales summit. She got 4 replies to the email that she sent earlier. You can see Rachel, who also paid her 25K. She actually says that we are business mentors that work with integrity, deliver on what we say and do. We can see here, Michael was able to make 25K in one day. Haj was able to get 500 warm leads in less than a week. And just to be clear, he was able to make one post resulting in 48K, which is more than $60,000. You guys are going to get the post template. So here's a question. If you're in, type in the chat why you signed up. Type in the chat why you signed up. What made you take action to sign up? And if you're on the edge, type edge. I'm very, very curious at this point. Guys, this is going to be an awesome time because I want to next, as you're typing that into the chat. Robert says he signed up to increase conversions. Okay, that's very, very good. Very good. And as we're typing this in the chat, let me ask you, how much is your guys' core offer? 2K, 5K, 10K, like what price is it? How much is it? Because let's be modest and say that it's only $2,000. Cindy says it's 5K. Okay, if a friend referred you guys a 2K client, I would assume as a professional in your field, you'd happily pay them a 10% fee, right? Let's say your price is 2K, right? As an example, if a friend referred you a $2,000 client, you would pay them a 10% fee, right? Type right in the chat if you do that as a professional in your field. That'd be $200. So imagine having a referral system that gives you as many clients as you want, that you own and control, no need to chase friends or clients to send referrals. What would that be worth to you? Like, what would you pay to turn your content into your top performing salesperson for life? Right? It would be more than $100, right? If so, then this is what you need, okay? Go to readyforscale.com. Because what I'm offering you today is the same system that Marianne Lehy-Cohen began using 5 years ago before she was at 6 figures, which is what she's still using to this day. And this alone has scaled her to 7 figures. So you guys can see that this works. It's generating me more than 100K in profit per month for as long as I can remember. And your investment into this system, which you own and control, you don't have to rely on anyone or any platforms. And even if you can only make it to one of the sessions live, right? You know, it works on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, like the list goes on and on. I'm sure that you can see by now, this will add a very minimum of $200 to your business, right? And I want you just to imagine how your business would look once you have all the systems in place, that, you know, everything we just went through. Like, imagine what your life looks like 30 days from now. You got your calendars booked, sales calls are booked, posts are getting more leads than ever. Like 30 days from now, let's say you wake up to 12 DMs saying, how can I work with you? AI's posted content that's book calls for you. Your competitors are asking you how you're getting so many leads. Your calendar's full of prospects. Like, imagine finally having time back and having the freedom to do what you want to do. Imagine becoming the person that you've known you've always been capable of, right? That's what I'm offering to you during this summit, okay? So I want to know if you guys have any questions. You can put your questions in the chat so that I can answer them for you. And in the meantime, I want you to look in your spot right now, not for $197, which is going to be our regular price. Your price while on this masterclass is $50 right now on readyforscale.com. You guys will see that we will not be selling it at this price moving forward. You will see that if you go onto the page after this masterclass. Readyforscale.com is the only place where you can get that price and where you can get the bonuses that we went through here today. And of course, I recommend that you go through and upgrade into VIP. So team, please send me through any questions that we've got. I am opening the questions that you sent me earlier over here on the chat. So just give me 1 second as I pull up these questions right here. Okay, so I saw that a major question was, are we going to be sending the recordings? So to be clear, if you upgrade to VIP, you get lifetime access to the recordings. If you buy a regular ticket, we will give you access to the recordings for a few days after the event, right? Or like during the event while it's on, just in case something comes up during the days. However, I do always find those that get the best results are those that do show up live and that actually come live to the sessions. So I strongly recommend that you show up live. Okie dokie. Next question here, just opening it. The question is, what are the dates? The dates are on the page when you go to readyforscale.com, but you can see here as well, it's 18th to the 20th of November. Okay. The next question says, why is this so cheap? What's the catch? Well, to be clear, up until now, I've been running what we go through on this event for clients that have paid me 25K. Right now, my goal is that I want to get more people in using the system, generating results with AI so that we can get the expertise of those that have the knowledge into the people that need it. And of course, during the event, I will make an offer that is a no-brainer for some of the right people who are there to work with me and my team more closely once I've proven to you that it could be worth your while. Okay? If you would be interested in having a chat about working more closely with me and my team already, and you already know the value that it could be to implement together with me and my team, I just recommend booking a call. My team will drop a link to schedule a call with me and my team. After you buy your ticket, you'll also see there is an opportunity to schedule a meeting with me and my team, have a chat about working together more closely if that's a fit. But it's not going to be the whole event. That will just be for those that want to hear that. Okay, what's the real time investment? I need specifics. Okay, that's a question. So guys, it's going to be 3 days, obviously with the fourth bonus day, roughly 90 minutes to 2 hours each day. So, looking at somewhere around 5 hours plus. And then 45 minutes a week ongoing. Okay, if you're currently spending more than 5 hours on content weekly, this is going to save you more than 200 hours per year. So it's going to save you a lot of time. Okay, next question. I'm in a saturated market. Will this help me stand out? Guys, saturation means there is more opportunity for those that have better systems because there's already demand in your market. So yes, this will help you stand out because then you'll know the style, the 3 styles of content that you need to be posting with. And of course, you're getting as the bonuses, you're getting the viral post template, you're getting the client generating content template. So yes, this will absolutely work if you are in a saturated market. Okay. Mariana, I'm gonna just ask you to unmute yourself if you're seeing any questions there because I'm struggling to keep up with the chat. So if there's any other questions that you're seeing, send that over to me here. I see one here which is I don't want to join the 3 days. Can I just work directly with you and your team? I can't guarantee it, but I would say, as I just mentioned, schedule a call with my team. My team have just put the link in the chat. Book a call with my team. If you don't want to come to the event, you just want to work with us directly to implement, schedule a call. We can have a chat and see if it's a fit. I'm not promising anything because obviously we would only work with you directly if it's a perfect fit on both ends. Okay. Someone says, I don't have 5 hours to spend on another training. Can't I just hire somebody? I mean, the question is, right, like if you've tried hiring people in the past and it hasn't worked, right, it's probably because you don't have the baseline understanding of content. I see this happen a lot where people just try and delegate, push it off to somebody else. The best thing is, as we went through, nail the AI clone, understand the 3 different styles of content, really understand the psychology of content, why it works, how it works, spend 10, 20, 30, 40 hours on the front end and then delegate from there. A really good example of this is recently we were working with someone called Tara Grimes. Her business was stuck around 30 to 40K a month. She'd had some months a bit higher. Well, we were able to show her how to get the content right, show her how to get the sales system right. And now she's consistently at 100K per month because she was willing to put in the work in the front end. If you're not willing to put in the work in the front end, then, as a business owner, that's one of the things that we do have to do in the beginning. Unless you got some crazy budget, or of course you're willing to spend someone and pay them a 6-figure salary in order to do this right from the get-go. I'd recommend you doing that. Okay. Next question is, my business is complicated, B2B, high ticket. Will this work for sophisticated offerings? Yeah, I mean, I've closed 100K deals with this system. So yeah, it absolutely works. We have clients who are in complex B2B, SaaS, government contracts, so on and so forth. Absolutely. It's a fit. Okay, I'm seeing a couple questions here. Do you share the backend implementation in this training too? How to manage the DMs and automate replies and sales? That would be beyond the scope of this training. If that's something that you would want help with, I would strongly recommend using the link that we dropped in the chat to book a call with us and have a chat about that, because that's something that we work very heavily on with our private clients. There's another question that says, looks like you already need to be established for this. Please elaborate. Okay. Okay, another question is, can I ask a question about your summit? When you say share a system, what does that mean? I'm interested, wondering about that part. Is it using a specific CRM or platform? And will you provide actionable sets that can be implemented ASAP? I'm struggling with lead gen at the moment and my posts are not getting enough reach. Yeah, so the main thing is that you're going to walk away with a way, when I say system, a way to get clients from content. So there are 3 different styles of content, okay, that you need to be putting out. And we'll go through that when we talk about the viral 3D calendar, okay? Yes, you will get actionable steps that can be implemented ASAP. I mean, I'm sure. Question for those of you who are here still now. Can you see that I deliver on my promise to you? Can you guys see that? Yes or no? If it's no, okay, I'll take it as feedback, but yes or no? Do you believe that I deliver on the promise that I make? Okay. Doug says yes. Cami says yes. Darius says yes. Kevin says yes. Lexi says yes. Kevin says yeah. Okay, amazing. So when I say we'll be going through implementable stuff, guys, you best believe we'll be doing that on the summit, okay? You best believe we'll be doing that on the summit. So yes, absolutely. Okay. Any more questions, guys? And by the way, to be clear, readyforscale.com, it looks like when it comes to these 50 spots, team, can you just send me a report? Oh, wow. Okay, I just checked Slack. Okay. That was pretty crazy. Guys, wow. Very cool. Where are we at with the 50 spots team? Can you just private message that to me? Absolutely, Paul. Congratulations. Okay. Cindy says, how do you get the first part of today's training and prompts? Join late. We'll send that through via email. There'll be about 72 hours to watch the recording. Kevin says, will this work for startups with no followers? I mean, at the end of the day, right, we're going to be going through the psychology of content, right? How to understand content, the different styles of content. Of course, you know, Kevin, if you don't have any followers right now and you're brand new, you're not going to get the same results that someone who comes with already an audience is going to implement the client generated content, boom, get clients and leads directly, right? However, when you say, will it work? It's like, how do you define work? Because if you define work as understanding content and doing it right from the beginning, then absolutely it will work. Okay. So you're making a smart move for jumping in. But obviously it's organic content, right? It's social media. There's it's very slow to get going. If you're brand new in the beginning, you have to expect that. But if you're going to do it either way, of course you need to make sure that if you're going to do it either way, then there's no better place than to start here to get it right from the get-go. Mohammed says, does the system work like NAN, or what does it automate exactly? I automate. In the offer, I didn't necessarily mention that we're going to be automating. The goal of this is going to be leaving you guys with a system to generate clients from social media and use your AI clone the right way. So by now you've already set up an AI clone. We're not going to be doing any complicated automations or anything like that. We're going to be doing what works to generate leads and clients on social media. I find oftentimes people hide behind NA10 and all these fancy workflows and so on and so forth. And then I look at what they're doing and the content's trash, doesn't get them leads, doesn't get them clients, and it's certainly not making them any money. So my question to you is, would you rather have fancy automations and complex workflows that look nice, or would you rather have money in the bank account? What do you guys want? Fancy automations or money in the bank? Type it in the chat for me. Cindy says, should we have our GPT trained prior to November's training? I would recommend. Cindy says, excited to be on point with content. Fantastic. Doug says, money in the bank, please. There we go. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? Keep sending them through. I'm just going to double check for any more questions that the team have sent through to me here. Just give me a second. Alrighty. Okay, guys. So for those of you who are still on the edge, by the way, type edge. I want to make sure that I cover any questions or concerns that you guys have. Of course, we have the money back guarantee. So if you get to the end of the 3 days, well, the 4 days, because you guys will get the bonus day. If you get to the end, of course, you're going to be able to, if you don't like it, we have a money back guarantee. So Mohammed says, okay, great. The main point is to have a framework to have great overall lead generation crates. Exactly, Mohammed, you nailed it. Lavinia says, so I can use this clone straight away. I created a custom GPT from my content. Da, da, da. Fantastic. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. And the other way to look at it, guys, is, if you're someone who isn't generating the sales that you're looking for, right? You're not getting the clients that you want from social media. I'm sure you can see by now, yes, the AI clone is going to be amazing to start creating more of the same content that you've been putting out. But if you can see how for, just $50 for this super early bird offer, right? Would it be worth it just for $50 to show up, to implement with me live, to be certain that you're putting out the right content for good, to have a calendar to know exactly what to post and when, to have the exact prompts that for me personally are generating me millions of views every single month on social media, to have the framework that has consistently generated multiple thousands of dollars from content that you're going to get as a bonus when you sign up for free today. Like, can you see how that would be worth $50? Right? Even if you just implement just one of those things. Because if so, readyforscale.com is the place to go. As I mentioned, these bonuses are going to be available until this session ends here today. So, I mean, I'm not seeing too many more questions. So I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes just to grab your ticket. Okay. Maybe send some more questions so you can make it drag on a little bit longer in case you want me to extend the time that the bonuses are available. But I can see here right now, we've already sold 44 of the tickets. So the final 6. Let's see who's going to get them. All right. Kevin says, can you bring the training forward to next week? Well, Kevin, you got the super early bird price. So, will this work for freelancers? Oh no, absolutely. It will work for freelancers. We work with tons of freelancers. Can I get a replay of the masterclass as I missed most of it? We will add the replay for just a short period of time, but obviously if we end the masterclass and you want to sign up and get the bonuses here, you'll miss out on that. Phil says, sounds great, fantastic. Okie dokie. The place to go for the tickets, guys, is readyforscale.com. It's the same link that's on the screen right now, and also that my team have just dropped into the chat. Okie dokie. All right. So the recordings. Everyone wants the recordings. Team. What if we sweeten the deal? What if we sweeten the deal? So we were only planning to offer the recording of this session. I think it was for 48 hours. What we'll do, if you grab a ticket right now, and everyone who's already signed up, you guys will get this too. If you grab a ticket right now, we'll give you lifetime access to this recording. Sorry, team, for making more work for you. Love you guys. But let's get these final 6. Let's get these final 6 tickets sorted out. If you guys sign up right now on readyforscale.com, you'll get all the bonuses I went through already, the 3 days of the event, the bonus 4th day with me, the viral post framework, the money-making post template, the success psychology session the day before. While all of that has a value of 3333, you guys will get it for just $50. That's available right now while we're on the session, and I will throw in lifetime access to the recording of the AI clone session that we did today and the Google Doc. We weren't planning to give the Google Doc and keep access to that. Everyone that already bought a ticket, you guys will get lifetime access to that recording. Sign up right now. You guys will get lifetime access to this recording that we went through today. Kevin's like, woohoo! You can watch it as many times as you want. It means if like in 6 months you change your offer, okay, you need to go back and make another AI clone, you can watch it step by step, pause it whenever you want, replay, make it super easy for you to do it. No worries. Lavinia's like, yes. I'll give you guys that as a bonus when you grab your ticket for readyforscale.com. So if you're still on the edge, type edge in the chat for me. Doug's like, thank you. Cindy's like, thank you. Those of you that have already grabbed your ticket, what would you say to those who are still on the edge? What would you say to them? What would you say to them who's on the edge? Type it into the chat. I want to shout a few of you guys out. Oh, looks like that bonus that I just gave has pushed a couple more people over the edge. Dalkeith, I see. I see Robert. I see Darla. I see Juliet. I see Chanel. I see Greg. I see Alok. I see Carrie. Okay. All right. Dominic's like, I bought VIP before this event even started. Jackie's like, what's holding you back? Oh, and yeah, for the VIP upgrade as well, VIP spots are limited. So the 197 price, my team are just gonna type in the chat when that's gonna be available. Okay, so Philip just up grabbed a ticket. So that means we have 2 spots left. 2. Who's gonna get the final 2? Who's gonna get the final 2? All right, guys. Let's see. Doug says, like Dominic, I also bought the VIP before the event. It's clearly an awesome deal. You don't want to miss out. Doug, you know what's up. Doug and Dominic, you guys know. You guys know. Fantastic. Yeah, I would strongly recommend upgrading to VIP as well. You know, if you want me to roast your social media, do an audit, let you know what you should change, tweak, and improve, do a VIP only session, private for just you guys. I mean, the FOMO is going to be real. That's for sure. The FOMO is going to be real. So as I mentioned, bonuses. When you sign up now, I will give you as an extra bonus this whole recording of what we went through today. I mean, the smart ones of you guys are going to watch back how I just did that pitch. Okay. I mean, the AI clone is great, but let's be real. You guys are trying to generate more revenue from social media. You just saw it done. You saw the chat. You saw a very fine I mean, it was pretty fun, right? That was a fun session, guys. Type fun. It was fun for me. I mean, damn, we've been going for almost 3 hours now. Kevin says Polish salesman. I'll take the compliment. All right, Doug says fun and impressive. Dominic says the presentation was textbook. Thank you. All right, guys, cool. Well, this was a very great session. I appreciate you guys being here today. Listen, I'm hungry now. I'm going to see you guys at the Social Media Sales Summit. Last chance to go for readyforscale.com. Grab a ticket, get in there, upgrade, get all those bonuses. Guys, it's going to be an awesome time. Show up live. All right, show up live. We'll implement together. We'll have a fantastic time. Appreciate you guys being here. And that's going to be all for now. Team, we'll leave the Zoom room open for a little bit. Dalkeith is like in. He's got it sorted. Probably the last person there. Team, let's leave the Zoom. Okay. And guys, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you all so much. And thanks so much. And I'll see you guys at the summit. We're going to have an amazing time together. See you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.